Hello everybody and welcome back to NFL 2K3 inside of the series. I guess it's random rosters inside of NFL 2K3. It is week 11 of the 2002-2003 season, and boy oh boy are we even lucky to have three good games in this one. A lot of good teams playing a lot of garbage teams. Cardinals, Eagles is a great example. The Eagles are like 3-6. The Cardinals are the 6-3, though they have been struggling. The Ravens are awful. Bills are bad. Like, it's a mess. I don't know that we've ever seen quite this much of a difference between the upper echelon and the lowest pieces of the puzzle. So we're lucky to have three of them. We are going to start off with the Browns taking on the Bengals. This is an AFC North battle. We can check the standings here real quick. This is a battle for first place. If the Bengals can get a win here against the Browns, they will be 6-4 alongside Cleveland, and depending on what happens with the Pittsburgh game, if they're playing this week, they could also. Oh, I guess maybe they could go. Yeah, maybe they do have an off week. I don't remember seeing them in them when I was looking at them, so they might be slightly behind, but that's fine. So a battle for first place in the AFC North. That's the primary focus here. I had to skip through basically every single one of these games. Packers suck. The Saints are bad. There's the Steelers. They're playing the Titans, who are bad. The Giants, I think, are leading the division, but that's a mismatch. The Panthers and Bucks both suck. Like, it's just a disaster. The Chargers are bad. The Broncos are bad. But we were saved by a couple of games here down to the very bottom. Jets-Lions is a good matchup. And Bears-Rams is a good matchup. I know we just had the Bears on last week's episode, but if we want to do three games, we need them. We need the Bears, okay? I don't like saying it as a Packers fan, but we do need the Bears. First up, let's take a look at the Jets taking on the Lions. We'll start in the AFC. The Jets are 5-4, fighting for a playoff spot. It's a little bit cluttered right now. They're just a game behind the Patriots, so they still have a shot at the AFC East, but the wild card is very blocked up. The Colts and Titans hold those final two spots. Bengals, Steelers, Jets, maybe the Broncos kind of fighting for those four or five teams fighting for two spots. So that is what you're looking at there. The Lions, they need a win to keep pace in the NFC North, in which the Bears have amassed quite a nice lead, but they've let some teams kind of back into it. Lions and Vikings, with the Panthers holding that, actually they're outside of it because the Cardinals and Rams in the bottom right, they have the two spots. There are 3 6-3 NFC West teams, and that is where this is going to be interesting. The Lions can win. They can hope for a Rams win over the Bears. That could get interesting in the NFC North. If there are losses by the Lions and a win by the Bears, the Rams could find themselves in a weird spot. The 49ers, Cardinals, and Rams would all punch their tickets to the playoffs if they ended today, with the Panthers, Lions, Vikings all missing out. So a lot going on here in the NFC. In the AFC is cluttered as well, with quite a number of teams still in the wild card still in play for the wild card. The problem is they're not playing each other. That's the problem. That's the wrong camera. That's what I'm looking for. Gets rid of the little... It's not... I love the piece of technology that I use. It's been very helpful. I burned one out, I think. I don't know what happened with it, but the PS2 doesn't fill up the frame. So I fixed that. I finally fixed that. The Cleveland Browns are the #1 overall ranked team, with a rushing offense and defense in the top 10. The passing defense is fantastic. They are playing the Bengals for first place in the AFC North. That division is always wild. I expect it to come down to the wire. Hopefully, we have more divisional matchups, particularly in the AFC North, AFC South, NFC West, and maybe the NFC North. The NFC East, AFC East, The other divisions are not great. They're feeling kind of done, like taken care of. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the videos. I have a good time making them. Hopefully you have a good time watching them. I post random rosters every single Tuesday right here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus. So be sure to tune in by scrolling down, subscribing, ringing the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Check out twitch.tv/Seannosaurus. Follow me over there, because things might be happening hopefully soon within the next few weeks or so. And then next week we will be starting spring training, so get excited for that. PlayStation 2 really coming in handy for me. I use the PlayStation 2 like a stunning amount for this channel. But hey, I'm doing what I'm interested in. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Cleveland and Cincinnati are going to get us kicked off for game number 1 of 3 today, like we always do.
Richie, it's ready for the opening kickoff.
And the kick is away. 2 yards deep in the end zone, and he'll bring it out to the 15, up to the 20, where he's contacted, actually just shy of the 20. I'll mark him down to the 19-yard line, and that is where we will see our first look at the Cleveland Browns offense. As I realize I need to make notes. Cleveland is in. Tim Couch drops back and throws over the middle. He hits his receiver, who makes a nice effort to pick up an extra yard. Good catch in traffic, and good job to stay on his feet. He'll get 9 and set up a nice 2nd and 1 for the Cleveland Browns. We take a look at their offensive line.
He and his line are ready to go.
Up now are the receivers.
Eric Moulds on the outside. I believe we had... I feel like we've had Cleveland recently. We had them last week. No.
Finally, here's the
2 weeks ago?
and his next in command.
Eddie George gives this trio its punch.
No, yeah, back in week number 9. I was looking at the wrong group of games. This is again kind of the formal warning, I guess, of hey, we're going to be seeing a lot of teams multiple times here. There are a lot of teams that are kind of just out. Unfortunately, the Packers are totally out. So, yeah. We'll be looking at a lot of hopefully we'll be looking at a lot of playoff contenders fighting for positioning as we head down the stretch. Eddie George right up the middle, gain of approximately 4. He'll pick up the first down, and Cleveland off to a good start on this drive.
Ball at the 32.
Cincinnati was a team that last season fell apart. They were looking good in the early part of the season, I believe, in the division lead, and I think they dropped like 7 of 9 games, and they missed the playoffs, and it was pretty awful.
Peter, let's look at the Bengals.
Here's the Bengals defense.
Up first is the defensive line.
Gary Walker shows tremendous heart, and the other linemen respect that.
Next up are the linebackers.
Michael Barrow is the man who brings the hurt here.
Finally, Peter, the secondary.
Chris McAllister disrupts pass attempts all day long.
Let's get back to the game.
2-yard gain for the Browns.
Ball on the 34.
Averaging a shade over 92 yards a game on the ground. And that's probably what you would hope for if you have Eddie George in the backfield. And there is George showing off his elusive maneuvers. There was a Bengals defender deep in the backfield. Probably should have been a 4-yard loss. Instead, it's a 6-yard gain. Huge play by Eddie George there. 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. They line up with their tight end left.
Couch from the shotgun drops back off his back foot. He's going to get the first down. Terrific individual effort. Good job by Couch to just give his man a chance. Bradford, elusive here as he is about a yard short of the sticks when he catches the ball. Bengals can't come up with the tackle. Even if he was able to come up with that tackle, it's likely that tackle that turns him and pushes him forward for 3 yards. what credit where credit is due, and an excellent job to fight for the first down.
They line up with 2 tight ends. George.
Cleveland with a run to George. He bounces outside. We're going to have a penalty flag down. I'm going to guess it's going to be holding or clipping. Probably clipping. Yeah, we see that a lot in this game, and it doesn't always make sense. That is a huge penalty that could really, that could stagnate this drive. 1st and 25. Nearly 3 minutes gone here in quarter number 1. These are the kinds of drives you're looking for when you're a tired host making content.
Fina gets set after committing the penalty.
Did not get a replay on the penalty as they try to use George to bounce outside. Stays on his feet. He's up to the 40. He bounces it back inside, stays on his feet, and picks up a few more yards. Beautiful run of 12. And I would, after 1st and 25, I would call 2nd and 13 fairly manageable.
Watch this.
Get another
Took him out of the play altogether.
half of that. Make it 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
Nice one.
I think you're in business. And again, another terrific play by Eddie George, who looked like he was going to get knocked down for a small gain, maybe a loss.
It's 2nd and about 13.
Bengals allowing over 100 yards on the ground. Not good when you're facing a team who has a very good rushing attack on the very good rushing attack. Again, Eddie George hit in the backfield, and again he stays on his feet, picks up 4, brings up 3rd and 9. Did y'all know that the rushing attack was on the ground?
It's 3rd and 9.
Big opportunity for the Cincinnati Bengals defense to get off the field. 3rd down and 9. Use that penalty to help yourself. Couch faces a little bit of extra pressure, but they lose him on the back end. There were 3 defenders in the area, but nobody was guarding. I believe Eric Molds. He found a beautiful... I don't know why I would say that, but you can see he found a spot in the defense. Looked like number 87. That route combination confused the Bengals back end, and they give up a huge play on 3rd down and 9. They even brought a little extra pressure. Couch did a good job to stay in the pocket. All the way down to the 16 or the 14-yard line. The Bengals look like they're bringing more pressure. George runs away from it, shuffles his way into the end zone, makes the defender slide off him. Cleveland seems to know exactly what, I don't know what was going on there with that tackle animation, but Cleveland seems to know exactly what the Bengals wants to do, the Bengals defense wants to do. That is the perfect run call against that defense. They overloaded the right side of the Browns line, and then they just ran it to the left. Nobody was there. George for 6. 4+ minute drive. 19 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Could get ugly as we have another George on the field. Jeff George, perhaps? The George to George connection.
Draw first blood and put the first points up on the scoreboard. 7-0. Up, signals, and we're ready for the kickoff. Good kick.
The kick is returned about 4 yards deep. See if he has a better run back than his counterpart. Technically, yes, but also not by much all the way. The Dorsey 11s? Nice.
And they allowed the touchdown, and now it's their turn to answer right back.
Okay.
Let's see if they can do it.
What do the Bengals have as a response? Feels like could be a dangerous proposition to give this Cleveland Browns offense the ball back. However, I usually point that out. We see a nice throw into double coverage, and that is caught. It'll be the end of the first quarter. Frank Wycheck on the reception. A big play for Cincinnati to help them get this drive started. I do point out that, hey, you don't want to give the ball back after a 3-and-out. You have a long, methodical drive. They have the ball for 4:41 of the first quarter, 97 total yards. And they just didn't. The Cincinnati did not seem to have much of an answer. However, those second drives don't really seem to replicate the first drives with any real consistency. If you I think about it in my head as a person who watches football, and you go like, boy, this team is hot. You're gonna 3-and-out and give them the ball back again. That's a mistake right there. Speaking of mistakes, he has the interception, and he is free and clear all the way down to the 17-yard line, and you just could not do that. The throw was short. It was low.
It's a great read on the pass and gets in to get the interception, Dan.
We'll see what happens here. It's just going for Antonio Freeman right at midfield. That is an awful throw. Terrific adjustment there by the defensive player. Let's grab that pick, and we'll see what this Browns offense can do on drive number 2.
Deja vu all over again.
All at the 17-yard line. George will run.
Feed George again. They'll give him a yard on the ground. Tries to go up the middle. Cincinnati with a nice job tackling. Something they struggled with on that first drive. Getting Eddie George down to the ground.
It's 2nd and 9.
They'll feed George again. He'll find some room on the left side. Gets pushed back. It'll be a solid gain there. And unfortunately, we have an injury on the Cincinnati defense. That will stop play as they tend to him. 3rd down and 4. A field goal hold here would be big for this Bengals defense. Looks like they're going to bring some extra pressure. They do. Couch throws, and it is tipped away. He was beat. I think you have a couple throws here by both quarterbacks. A little more arc, a little more air. You could probably get it over that defender. That one not as costly. It was just deflected rather than intercepted. So Cleveland faces a 4th down and 4. They'll bring out the field goal unit. You saw the percentage there, 20 for 23. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Cleveland 10, Cincinnati nothing with 4:11 to go here in the second quarter.
John Carney puts in a nice little dinger. Straight and true.
Oh, just as cool as if he was tossing a crumpled piece of paper into a wastebasket. The Browns make it a two-score game. They are now
I saw
10-0.
An incredible, I don't know if I've ever seen it before, an incredible This Is SportsCenter ad, because those were amazing. Amazing. I don't know if they still do them. I don't watch a lot of ESPN legally. I watch it like on YouTube streams or whatever. But that's a deep kick. He'll take a knee, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. There was an amazing one with Steve Irwin and the Florida Gator mascot. Beautiful. It's so good. I don't know who they had writing those or who was coming up with those ideas, but they were really smart and clever and creative in a way that was very fun to watch. We have a big play here for the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe is Antonio Freeman. He'll pick up the catch that time. And the Bengals got off to a good start on their first play of the drive, but then it ended in disaster. And that's a good example of what I actually wanted to mention with the touchdown pass, or the touchdown deflection. That animation tends to be feast or famine. You get the block, you get the deflection, force the field goal, or it's an easy touchdown.
The
Bengals in Cleveland territory at the 46-yard line.
Freeman's wide right, and we'll see if he can repeat his performance from the last play.
Burnell drops and throws over the middle. It's Y check again. He'll get 9 and... I don't even know. 9 9/10. They are inches away from a first down.
Second and less than a yard.
Let's take some yards this play. Take some yards.
High formation.
McAllister just does get the first down. Looked like Cleveland brought a little extra pressure up the middle. He got tackled in the backfield, but a good job to fall forward. First and 10 Bengals. Big drive for them. See if they can at least put a field goal on the board. Got this to a one-score deficit. I think
Ball at the 35-yard line.
just look at making some positive plays. Keep that defense off the field for a little bit. One receiver either side of the formation. Brunell with a little bit of a rollout. Fires to Freeman. Freeman got hit right as the ball got there. Nice defensive play. Jars it loose, second and 10.
Second and 10.
Brunell 12 and 12, touchdowns and interceptions on the season. Brunell dropping back, floats a pass into his receiver's hands. He'll get inside the 20 all the way down to the 16-yard line. Dyson with a nice reception there. First and 10 Bengals get into a little bit of a flow here. Threaded the needle beautifully. And a nice run after the catch.
9 more yards after the catch.
Oh, definitely.
Ball on the 16. Wycheck in motion. Brunell takes back. Barely gets.
Oh, there it is. There's exactly what I was talking about. He went for the deflection. The ball just over the outstretched arm, and it is a touchdown for the Bengals. Excellent drive for Cincinnati to go right down the field and pick up 6.
Will line up for the point after.
And with some smart clock usage, they could see the ball again. That's why it's probably important to get the touchdown first in this scenario. Get the touchdown, see if you can get a stop. Maybe drive it down and kick a field goal to tie it before halftime.
It's still anybody's game. The score 10-7.
They did a much better job stopping the Cleveland Browns last time. 6-play, 80-yard drive, 2:05. The drive length.
Richie sets up and
Or drive time.
This
Huge news out of the football world as far as football video games are concerned. EA Sports, their college football game will be revealed in May, and it'll release this summer. I'm guessing it'll be July. A little weird that we got a 3-month advance notice of a reveal. Would have liked that a little bit closer. Like, hey, we're going to talk about this in March with a summer release. I think would have made a little more sense. Throws into triple coverage there, and the hit knocks it loose. That time in favor of the Bengals. Second down and 10.
Extension, baby. There was no way that pass was getting by him.
I'm hopeful for it, but I don't trust EA. I just don't have any faith that they can make a football game. It's not a slight at any of the developers or anybody who's actively working on the game. I just don't think that the people who make the most money in regards to these games do not care.
3rd and 10.
We made $1 billion in microtransactions and ruined the video game industry because of it. Everybody wants FIFA. That's another nice defensive play by this Bengals unit.
But if he had caught it, he still would have been short of the mark.
Couple of tip passes, and it's 4th and 10. It's 2 nice defensive plays to stop the pass, and then a good tackle on Eddie George. And it's a 4th down and 10. First punt of the game for Cleveland. And you have 1:24 and a full allotment of timeouts. Hunt is away. He'll return it from the 40. He'll wiggle his way out to the 49-yard line of the Cleveland Browns. It's a big swing for Cincinnati as the home crowd goes wild. I have been thinking more about that EA Sports college football game. I think it's a good opportunity to try and reboot Madden, even if it's another year or two process. I kind of wonder, it's a little like conspiracy theorist, but I do wonder if maybe EA just tried to buy their time as much as they possibly could. If there is anyone who cares about the quality of the product, as Wycheck gets a nice gain of 15 there, they'll take a timeout. I don't think there's anybody that high up that actually cares about the quality of the product, but there is an opportunity, I think, for a team to build from the ground up on the next-gen consoles a football experience that you could maybe figure out a way to transport some of the Madden stuff over to. I'm not a game developer. I don't know how that stuff works. But like maybe there's a way where you can go, okay, we're going to make a base that can work for NCAA and for Madden. Maybe Madden doesn't run on it for a couple of years. They go out, they get the photography that they need, because that was apparently what took the longest, was all the photos of the stadiums to get that into the game. You take some time to re-photograph all the stadiums, make sure it's accurate, looks good, and plays well, and maybe Madden 26 is a better product. Again, no faith in EA for any of that. Not even a whole lot of faith that they're going to put out a decent college football game. The landscape is weird, and it very well could be what killed the EA college football games previously could rear its ugly head again. I don't know. We'll have to see this summer. Brunell rolls out and finds Antonio Freeman along the sideline. It's a nice catch. And we have the Bengals in prime position here with a minute to go. First and goal.
The clock shows 59 seconds.
Brunell's only missed 2 passes. Unfortunately, one of them was an interception. They got to come away with at least 3. Tie this game up. You've gotten exactly what you wanted. A nice drive for the touchdown. A good defensive stop. Why go for the field goal when you can score the touchdown? This Bengals offense coming to life here in the second quarter. Dyson and Wycheck and Freeman all getting involved. Seeing some receivers beating the defense on those routes. I don't know if it's just like a powerful route in this game.
Ritchie lines up for the point after.
Wade Ritchie looking to make this a 4-point Bengals lead. 14 unanswered for Cincinnati should this point after try go. It is good. And there you go. They do leave Cleveland a little under a minute. They had 59 seconds. That play only took 3 seconds, so 56 seconds. I'm sure Cleveland has some timeouts. 19 seconds, 4 plays, 50 yards.
Ritchie lines up.
That is efficient. That is 12 and a half yards a play.
Great kick. Williams fields it in the end zone.
Kickers are getting a hold of these kickoffs.
Well, if they can score on
and
this
thankfully,
drive
this
before
game
then,
has
they could
the
put them in the lead, which is a
artificial
really big
intelligence
boost
to
going into
not
halftime.
run the ball out.
Ball on the 20.
So Cleveland comes out down or behind the game for the first time today. 2 receivers, one either side of the formation. Couch throws and finds a receiver. It's Molds again. A big play for these offenses. Defense is not looking great so far in this first half. They made a couple of plays here and there, but inconsistent, I think, would be the best word to describe them.
Absolutely. The coach has to be happy with the result, though, once he started breathing regularly.
Eric Molds, 2 receptions, 56 yards, and a long of 39. First and 10 to the 37. Going with a run for Eddie George. He'll pick up 3, and they will take a timeout.
The Browns take their first timeout.
Got a few yards there off the first down carry. You can't underestimate the value of getting positive yardage on first down.
23 seconds left. Couch drops back.
Couch dropping back. Short drop. Ooh, a threw that ball perfectly. That poor defender had to guard 2 receivers. He was perfectly in between both of them, and
Williams was the
kind of just
in the middle on that play. Watch this.
Man.
Oh, great catch.
If you guard this guy, I'll go with him. If you guard that guy, I'll go with him.
Yeah, you got 2 guys flipping a coin to see who's going to cream you. Terrific job by the receiver.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Oh, what are we doing here? So Cleveland's offense getting back into a rhythm. The ball around the 45-yard line. It's 1st and 10 with 16 seconds to go. Terrible play call to run to Eddie George. I don't think you'll really say that in a lot of scenarios except for that one. They'll try to get to the line to snap one more play before the clock runs out, 5 seconds. They're going to go with a run to Eddie George again for some reason and then call a timeout with 2 seconds to go. Disastrous. Absolutely heinous, disgusting football right there. If you had a timeout, why didn't you take it after the first Eddie George run, which begs the question, why was there a first Eddie George run? So they will air it out here. 5 wide receivers. Couch in the shotgun. He'll drop back, fires deep, and it's tipped and incomplete. The Bengals get bailed out by horrendous play calling by Cleveland at the end of the first half, and it is 14-10, heading to the locker rooms. And the Bengals get the ball back, having scored 14 unanswered points.
Welcome to the ESPN Halftime Update. Here's a quick breakdown of the numbers from the first half. The Bengals consistently have passed the ball well, and that's been a key factor in keeping this a close game. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Expect more of the same in the second half. Mark Burnell has thrown for a total of 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. He'll walk away with our ESPN Hot at the Half player.
147 yards, couple touchdowns.
Reminding you to tune in to ESPN's post-game show at the conclusion of the game. Let's send you back to Dan and Peter.
Oop. Get set for the second half. John Carney, 2 kicks, 1 touchback. Opponent averages the 22-yard line.
Carney sets up and will kick it away to start the third quarter. It's off.
He'll return it just short of the goal line. And he'll beat that average starting field position by 2 yards. And he'll be at the, take it down to the 24.
Well, this game could go either way, Dan, and that's what makes.
All right, what does Cincinnati have for their first drive of the second half? Currently on a 14-0 run in that second quarter. After Brunell threw that interception, he's been great. Uh-oh. Wide check coming up with an injury. It's like he might be grabbing that hand. They picked up 9 yards. And I like that the Bengals are keeping Wycheck involved. They have not really been using the running game. But we'll see if they do so on this play. 2nd and 1, they will go with a handoff to find some room on the left side and pick up about 5 out to the 39 or so.
Ball on the 39. Dyson in motion.
McAllister. What was number? I think number 50. Came diving in late over the pile.
Let's go to Michelle Westfall on the sidelines. Michelle?
They lose 1 on the run.
A bit tender from falling on it. He's getting it taped up and is expecting to go back into the game. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Michelle. It's 2nd and 11.
Sounds like that could have been the Frank Wycheck injury report. He should be back shortly. They lose 1 on 1st and 10, so 2nd and 11. Brunell drops back. Fires over the middle. Another dangerous throw. Good read by Cleveland there. Drove on the ball. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a pick. But it was not. 3rd down and 11. First week without football of the year 2024. Brunel to the outside, finds, is that Wycheck? No. Oh, Freeman. Excuse me, Freeman.
Right side, completed, but not a lot of yards there. Well,
Not enough. Picked up 5, needed 11, and it should be a punting scenario here for Cincinnati, as they face a 4th down and 6.
Richardson comes in and will punt it away. There's the punt. Williams fields the fair catch.
Well, let's see if they pull something aggressive out of their hats for the first play of this drive.
Ball at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 from the 22-yard line. Cleveland in an offset I formation. They're going to go back to the ground game, and it's kind of the same result. Eddie George contacted in the backfield, but does a great job to stay up and gets way more yards than he should. That time it's a gain of 0, but instead of a loss of 4. 2 more broken tackles for that man.
Ball on the 22.
I feel like Eddie George went to an odd college.
They line up with a split back.
I can't remember what it is. Like a college, like
George will run it.
the
Nice block.
George
Left.
College? Ohio State. Okay. I guess I was thinking Oklahoma State. I was thinking Big 12. Maybe it's just because there's orange on the field. I was thinking about Texas.
Very impressive acceleration.
Oh, yeah, forget about the 40-yard dash time. I want to see his quarter-mile time.
So first down and 10 while I was looking up Eddie George's college.
Line. Have their tight end to the left. George.
There we go with another run to Eddie George. Great vision to break it back to the middle where there was a little more daylight to work with. And he will be rewarded with 7 nicely earned yards. 2nd and 3.
It's 2nd and about 3. 2 tight ends on the field.
Pitch to George, has some blockers out front, uses them, and barrels his way inside into Cincinnati territory. Just another nice run by Eddie George. Keep it going on the ground. Make them stop you.
Really opens things up for a monster.
Absolutely. You take the right guy out at the right time, and it's all the space.
Boy, if I had done that in Madden NFL 24, that would have been a clipping penalty, or a block in the back penalty, excuse me.
Ball on the 47. George
Go with an Eddie George run, this time from the shotgun. Again, makes another man miss. He'll pick up 11. That Eddie George train is loose.
Eddie George executes a major run. He puts the pedal to the metal from the word go and doesn't let up until they finally snag it. It sure took him a while.
He is the man of the hour in my book, Peter. All at the 36-yard line.
1st and 10. Going with a pitch. It looked like that was going to go to the left. Broke it back to the right. Didn't work out as well as last time when he tried to break it back toward the middle. That time he'll lose 1 yard. 3 tackles today for Michael Barrow. Couch rolls, and he finds, I thought he had the receiver in double coverage. Mathis can't come up with the catch. With 3 seconds to go in the third quarter, it is 3rd and 11. Big opportunity for the Bengals as the Browns likely on the absolute edge of field goal range. It's a 55-yarder here from here. Couch will drop back. He throws, finds a receiver. He'll get out in front of he'll get loose in the Bengals secondary. And he'll get tackled inside the 25-yard line. Huge conversion right there to end quarter number 3. The Bengals have 5 rushing yards. Very balanced attack from the Cleveland side of things. And Cleveland is controlling the time of possession. Cincinnati's been using a consistent dose of big plays.
Racked up their 4th first down on this drive. They're moving the ball very well.
Their defense is having trouble getting off the field. 27 tackles, number 27, after a gain of 2. And that'll get us underway here in quarter number 4. 2 more games coming up for you. Jets, Lions, Bears, Rams. A couple NFC North teams in action today. Playoff hopes on the line. The Jets, Lions, and Rams all need a lot of help because there are a couple of teams from other divisions, or maybe even just one division, excellent deflection there, that are clogging up the wild card spots, which is interesting. That NFC West is wild. And it's not the first time we've seen. I was thinking about it. I think it was last season. I feel like teams get out to a really fast start in the NFC West and then reel back to everybody. Couch fires. It's caught inside the 10. 1st and goal. Molds coming up big for Tim Couch, the Cleveland Browns, as they keep this drive alive.
Nice completion here. Take a look. There's the throw right in between the numbers.
He had him lined up just right, and they connected for a decent gain. It's 1st and goal.
Eric Molds, 3 receptions, 71 yards.
2 receivers in.
He's come up with some nice catches throughout the game.
George.
We go with George on the ground. He'll pick up 1, 2nd and goal.
Man out of Southern Mississippi.
Carried this one off his left guard, but there wasn't much room past the line of scrimmage on that one.
2nd and goal. They go with the I formation. Couch.
2nd and goal. Couch gets rid of the ball as he gets hit, and it's 3rd down and goal.
Well, not sure what went wrong on that pass play, Dan, but it didn't look right.
He got hit. I think that's what went wrong with that pass play. Expect the crowd to roar to life here. Huge 3rd down and goal. 3:22 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Mathis in motion.
Shifts the defense. They're going to go with an Eddie George run. He bounces on the outside, and it's a touchdown for Cleveland. Cincinnati just does not have a run defense. They just don't. They don't have sure-handed tacklers. And again, it's the second time we have seen Cleveland have the exact right run against Cincinnati Bengals team that has overloaded one side of the offensive line and left the other side completely shorthanded and unable to get the tackle. So Cleveland will go up 3, pending this extra point, with 3:19 to go. The thing you worry about with Cincinnati is some of their drives have been really efficient, maybe just a little too quick. Could leave Cleveland too much time to get back down the field. But 17-14 and a good opening game of our triple header today. And you see right there, a 14-play, nearly 5-minute drive.
Barney will kick this one away. Nice kickoff. Gary catches it.
Take it from about 2 yards deep.
On 20.
We'll get up past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First down, Bengals.
They would definitely like to score on this drive right here. There's not enough time left for mistakes.
Ball at the 23-yard line.
Let's go, guys. Get the fans something to cheer for. Hey, double time, double.
McAllister.
So they will hand the ball off to McAllister. McAllister picks up 4. And that almost doubles their entire game's output on the ground. Looked like he actually had 5, maybe 6 yards, and then did a jump step to the left for no reason. He gave up a little bit of
second and 6.
field position, but still a positive gain. A little surprised to see Cincinnati go to the ground at this stage of the game in this situation, down 3.
Brunell fades back.
Brunell drops back and throws over the middle. He finds probably Wycheck yet again. Wycheck fights his way up the field and picks up a Bengals first down.
Frank Wycheck proves once again why you get the football to him. Take a look. A nice catch, but he's not the kind of player who settles for nice catches.
No question, Peter. He fights for every yard of turf like he owns, well, like he owns the deed on it.
No real urgency here from the Cincinnati Bengals. They should get off one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They're out to the 42-yard line. You don't have to go with any sort of, like, high pace, but maybe some awareness.
We've reached the 2-minute warning.
And there's McAllister picking up 7. That's a good time to do the run play right there. You're going to get the 2-minute warning anyway, so see what you can pick up on the ground. If you rip a big one, great. If it's not that successful, okay. Instead, pretty good. 7 yards. McAllister slides through and picks up another 5. Cincinnati getting the ground game going, and it's working so as they get into Cleveland territory.
Ball on the 46.
First and 10 from the 46-yard line.
McAllister.
No one with McAllister yet again, and this Bengals team is just
Put this one left side of the line and gets a
very confusing in their play calling here.
Second down. 6 yards to go.
Not using timeouts, not hurrying to the line. 70
Now,
seconds.
2nd and 6.
Bengals need a win here. This is not like a game you can lose.
Two tight ends.
You're fighting for a playoff position against a division leader. Oh, finds a receiver in double coverage with a hit. Jars the ball loose, and Dyson. That's a big miss for him. That was right there. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd and 6.
Let's play smart, baby. Let's play smart.
If you are Cincinnati, I think you have to go for it here on 4th down. I don't love the idea. Oh, that's another incomplete pass. Just too much traffic in the way. Freeman was the intended target, but it looked like there was another route that was either stopped short or that was the design. But 2 Bengals receivers, a couple of Browns defenders, and you have the recipe for an incomplete pass. You go back to the play before. Dyson couldn't come up with the catch. Would have been a first down or very close. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. Another incomplete pass. The 4th down and 6 for the game. It's a completely awful throw. Don't know what happened there, but that is a horrible way for that drive to fail. Now, I don't love going for it on 4th down. I think maybe you try to pin them deep with a good punt, but your defense has not done a consistent job at stopping this offense They have 3 timeouts. They can get the ball back with a little bit of time left, but they need 3 good tackles. There's tackle number 1. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Carried this one just left of center, but he's barely past the line of scrimmage before he stopped. Well, they're going to need more than a half-hearted arm tackle to put him down.
George with the ball, picks up 5. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Timeout. That's their second. It's 3rd and 5. Mathis goes in motion.
All right, here we go. It's for the game. Cleveland gets a first down. They can run out the clock. Cincinnati can stop the ball. We're going to stop the clock with 1 more timeout, and they successfully do so. 3 and out for Cleveland. That's what you want to do. Some poor decisions by Mark Brunell on 3rd and 4th down following the drop on 2nd down. As we have our dancing man on the left side.
It's away.
So here we go. They're calling a fair catch from the 18-yard line. They don't need the whole field. 40 yards will do. They got to be up on it and snapping the ball.
Have a chance to tie it up and head into overtime. Hey, it's crunch time, fellas.
Ball at the 18-yard line. They line up in the shotgun. Brunell from the gun.
Brunell overthrows his intended target. Morris.
Mark Brunell needed to dial
Sylvester Morris, I believe, is the
the
bad receiver. 2nd down and 10.
30 seconds on the game clock.
Brunell fires. It's off the hands of Sylvester Morris. 2 drops for Cincinnati, and it's 5 straight incompletions for Mark Brunell, who had been on fire throughout this game, the hot at the half player. He only missed a couple. I believe he was 9 for 11 with 145 yards. 3rd down and 10. Receivers letting him down. Brunell throws again. That time it's caught. It's Dyson. He'll come up with the catch, but it's 4 yards short. The clock is moving, so they will work with a hurry-up offense. Brunell rolls, fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Brunell misses 5 of his final 6 passes. 2nd down, 3rd down, 4th down. 1st down, 2nd down, 4th down.
Undoubtedly cost them the drive right
6
there.
of his last 7 were incomplete, and that will lose Cincinnati the game. And a couple of them should have been caught. A couple of them were dropped by the receivers. You could maybe even make the argument that there should have been a drop on the 3rd and 10 play, so it didn't burn the clock. Instead, they will turn the ball over to Cleveland, who rode the hot legs of Eddie George to victory today. 17-14 your final in a pretty good game. And that'll do it. We're going to head to Detroit or New York. I'm not exactly sure which stadium we're going to.
Well, that should do it for today. On behalf of myself, Peter O'Keefe, and Michelle Westfall, I'm Dan Stevens. Thanks for joining us. Let's go now to the post-game wrap-up here on ESPN.
Thanks for joining us here on the ESPN Post
Very
Show.
even total yards, 220 to 207. It's just, look at how even Cleveland's yards were compared to Cincinnati's. Everything was through the air. They had 20 yards on the ground in the 4th quarter. Otherwise, they just didn't do anything
And that's all we
on the
have
ground
for
at
you
all.
today. Don't forget to tune in to the weekly
108 yards on the ground. A couple of touchdowns, 74 yards after the first hit.
We'll see you then.
So many broken tackles. Eddie George, an unsurprising pick as your player of the game. And that will take us to game number 2. Let's look at the schedule here as we have some finals if you want to take a peek at those. That's a disgusting look for the Miami Dolphins. We are going to skip all of these games. We're going to Detroit for the Jets, taking on the Lions here. Game 2 of Week 11 coming right at you. It's youtube.com/Seannosaurus. Be sure to subscribe, ring the bell if you'd like more content from me.
Their rushing game is ranked down deep in the standings at number 25. They will be going up against a similar team.
The 4th ranked rushing offense, the 10th ranked rushing defense.
Play after play all day long. Let's see how it transpires.
Passing offense and defense leave a lot to be desired to the 12th overall team. And they are
Welcome indoors to what should be a great
they're
game
fighting.
here
They are
at
fighting
Ford
for a
Dan
maybe an
Stevens
NFC
here
North
with Peter
championship.
O'Keefe at my side. And Peter, tell us what you think about this matchup.
But they need some help to get into the playoffs, as do the New York Jets. So big game between these two teams.
Managed to develop a decent rushing game. No, they don't leave defenses in the dust, but they get the job done day in and day out. John Randall comes in with a large set of moves that get him into the backfield to fluster the quarterback and even knock him around a little bit. His stats prove it. Defensively this season, he's averaged 3 tackles and a sack every other game.
Thanks, Peter. Let's go midfield, where the team captains are ready for the coin toss.
We'll take heads. Heads is called. It is tails.
The Lions elect to receive the kickoff.
So the Lions will get the ball first. The Lions with maybe one of the greatest quarterback rooms you'll ever see in a season, maybe 2 seasons ago. Unfortunately, I think there were some injuries for them, but they're playing well so far this year. Both teams 5-4 as we enter this second game of our triple header. We have the Jets in Detroit.
Gets it deep. Back down at the 24-yard line.
Bears.
Time for the offense to do their job.
Rams coming up next.
Ball on the 24.
Everybody's watching. It's time to shine.
They line up with 2 tight ends.
Ooh, Curtis Martin in the backfield playing against his old team. They go with the halfback delay, and he loses 2.
Let's begin with the offensive line.
Walter Jones powers up this line considerably, and that will give his quarterback more time.
Next up, the receiving core.
Peerless Price,
Corin Robinson
with his aerial theatrics. So far this season, he's averaged 69 yards on 5 catches a game.
Finally, here's the general and
Rich Gannon, Curtis Martin, and Patrick Washington in the backfield. Curtis Martin's photo looks weird.
86 yards on 20
looks like it's cropped oddly, or maybe Rich Gannon's is too tall. We saw one of them that looked like it was cropped too far in on either side, and
it's now 2nd and 12.
Second and long's gonna be starting long.
High formation.
so second down following the 2-yard loss on the ground. They're going to go right back to Martin. He's going to make the first guy kind of miss. The second guy sure-handed and forces just a gain of 1. John Randall. Dwight Freeney.
John Randall and his men deliver knockout blows to the offensive line all game long.
That's followed by the linebackers.
Jeremiah Trotter is the standout player of this bunch.
And lastly, the secondary.
Marcus Robertson blazes up and down the field and stays in hot pursuit, baby.
Now back to the game. It's 3rd and 11.
Smart D, baby. Smart D. Don't give up pass.
1 man back.
Tight set there with 3 receivers to the top of the formation. Gannon rolls outside. Stands, fires. Nice catch there. Oh, it's incomplete. Thought he had it. He's going to come up injured on the play. That should have been a first down. That was a 12-13 yard gain in his hands, but can't hold on to it and is injured on the play. So everything going wrong for Detroit here on this on the first drive of this game. Oh, they're going to call it 1st and 10. I apologize. They did that thing. That's on me. Sorry about that, folks. It is 1st and 10. I'll pick up a gain of 4. I forgot that when the injury does that, it holds the down and distance.
Ball on the 39.
Keep your eyes open. Don't give him an inch. Double take.
Gannon fades back. Throws. Tipped.
Gannon fires.
Complete pass.
And a nice hand to get in the passing lane there and knock it down. 3rd and 6.
Michelle Westfall.
Well, he just got back from the locker room, and the doctors are saying that it's a minor dislocation of the shoulder. They're taping it up, and there's a small chance that he may be able to return.
Thanks,
Wow.
Michelle.
A small dislocation of the shoulder. Yeah, let me get back in there, coach. No, thank you.
In motion.
Look, I stubbed my toe. I'm out for the day, all right?
Throws.
Rich Gannon fires deep down the field into Jets territory. A nice catch by Robinson up above his head. And that'll give the Lions another nice 3rd down conversion.
With ease, Dan. He sees his man and then airs it out for the completion.
Yeah, they are in sync. They're able to depend on each other as the play unfolds.
Well, they actually look like Backstreet Boys to me.
I don't follow that. Ball at the 46-yard line.
Gannon dropping back, throws short, and it's caught for a gain of 5.
And takes him down after a handful of yards.
I feel like this is like simultaneously a good and bad Lions drive.
A nice gain.
They're not really doing a whole lot on the ground. They've relied on 3rd down conversions, which doesn't always feel great. Of course, when you lose a big receiving target, that can put a damper on things as well. 2nd down and 5, tight set with a split back formation. 1 receiver to the top of the screen. They're going to go with a play action pass, and they will find it incompletion. Again, just a little bit more air under it, and I think you have a really nice gain. I think you had that defense beat. But a low throw from Gannon brings up a 3rd and 5. 8-play, 35-yard drive. A little over half of the quarter gone. And again, we have a 3rd down for the Detroit Lions. 2 receivers to the bottom side. Just a short drop. Throws over the middle, a one-handed snag. He'll get tackled at the 32-yard line, or go down at the 32-yard line. It's Robinson again.
Robinson goes upstairs on this play and
we
makes
get a
the
nice
tough catch. Watch this.
Oof.
Oh, beautiful. He just jumped right up and snags that ball. He barely even broke stride.
You know, sometimes you have to change your course for a pass like that, but he doesn't miss a beat, Peter.
Yep, he saw where the ball was headed early and snatched it up with ease.
Ball on the 32.
First and 10 for Gannon. Short drop. Throws it out to the flat. He'll get pushed out of bounds after a gain of 4. Nice catch. This drive is looking a little nicer.
Room to work with. Maybe a couple there.
Maybe it'd just be good if they didn't rely on converting 3rd downs every time.
Ball at the 28-yard line.
Don't give him an inch, baby. Don't give him an inch.
They line up in the eye.
Gannon, short drop. They're going to try the draw again. They're going to call that 3rd down. Oh, I guess it was a loss of 4. Randall with an incredible move on the inside. Gannon barely got that ball out of his hand. It's, just a completely missed block. Whew.
Good defense, Peter. I like that. Your helmet, sir.
4-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 10. Unsurprisingly, a
3rd and 10.
masterful play from John Randall
They have 4 receivers.
from the 32. Gannon
Barely gets
throws the pass to the first to the outside. Looks for Robinson again, who's been a big target on this drive. He'll pick up 2 with a sure-handed reception. That'll bring up a 4th down and 8.
Dawson lines up for the first quarter lead.
And we'll see if Dawson, who's only a 71% field goal maker, can knock it through here. as the first quarter winds down.
It's away.
Kick is up, and it is good. Snuck it inside that right upright. We have a 3-0 Detroit lead with 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Saw something similar in the Cleveland-Cincinnati game. Long drive. That would have resulted in a touchdown, but the opposition is going to get the ball with very little time in the first quarter remaining.
Your coach will call you from the laundromat to see how you like your shirts done.
The Lions put the first points on the board, 3-0. Dawson lines up for the kickoff.
Kick is away. And we will see it return from about the 6-yard line. They'll get past the 25 to the 30. Another hurdle. Just make it Ben miss all over the place. And they will have incredibly solid field position. That was a strong way, weird time to use the word incredibly. Strong field position though.
On offense. Let's see what they do.
Ball on the 42.
Is that Dante Culpepper, quarterback for the New York Jets? I formation, they will hand the ball off and find some room on that right side. He is free and clear, breaking free into the secondary. Time has run out in the first quarter, and he will get pushed out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So a terrific run back and a fantastic running back play there. And in one play, the Jets matched the entirety of the Detroit offense. One play. 48 yards on the ground. Alexander was free and clear. And for some reason, the clock has started, even though it shouldn't have. Weird. There was a weird glitch in the ESPN NFL primetime as well, where a blocked field goal for some reason counted as a running play, and the clock started, even though it was a change of possession. It's very weird. Alexander absolutely slicing and dicing through this Detroit defense. We might have a clipping penalty again. Oh, they're going to call a hold this time around. Jets ball, first and goal, but it is going to be pushed back to the 20-yard line. That's a huge penalty. Alexander with another really nice run. It wasn't going to be a touchdown, but would have been second and goal from like the 2. Big break for the Detroit Lions, who don't feel like they get a lot of penalty flag breaks. There's an entire video out there about how they're the unluckiest, or the most unfortunately penalized team, or whatever it is. And as a Green Bay Packers fan, I have benefited from that. Twice. The phantom face mask on Rodgers. 2 hands to the face calls on like the same dude who had never been called for that penalty. Set up a game-winning field goal. Dante Culpepper, Sean Alexander, Brad Hoover in the backfield.
Through the air this season, he's averaged 179 yards and just under an interception a game.
Okay, back to the action.
Second and goal following the incomplete pass. We'll have to keep that incorrect clock start at the beginning of the quarter in the back of our minds. It's about 10 seconds. I kind of doubt that it will play into anything if people just use their timeouts smartly. But there could be an issue where if Detroit comes up anywhere between like 10 seconds short of something, like a field goal, which we've seen before, that's an issue with the game. I don't know. I have not noticed it before. I'm sure it's happened. But it's a weird one where the ball, it's like run out of bounds. And so the clock winds, which I'm not 100% sure if it's supposed to wind in that scenario, but it does. And then a quarter changes. Like, it's a very specific problem. That Jets drive absolutely crushed after the holding penalty. They go back 10 yards and then they go nowhere. 4th and goal from the 20. So technically 4th and 20. Everybody blaze up.
There's the kick. Good. He's accurate from that range, and he proves it there.
Neil Rackers boots this through the uprights without too much hassle. Straight down the pipe.
Yeah, nice kick, and the special team squad is happy about
So we
that.
have
They
a
love to see
3-3
it go
game.
smoothly, just as
Nice
that
job by
was
the
there.
Detroit defense to make some good
The
plays. They
Jets
gave up the big
deadlocked
run.
the
The special
game with
teams
that
gave up the
score.
big run back. Take advantage of that penalty that wiped away a solid 8-yard, 9-yard gain.
Rackers is back to kick it away.
The kick is away.
Not behind this one.
And he'll take it in. About 7 yards deep in the end zone.
We will start up
And let's
at
see
the
what
20.
Rich Gannon and the Detroit Lions have for their second drive of the
They
day.
came away with 3 last time, and I'm kind of curious to see if they can punch this drive into the end zone.
Ball at the 20-yard line. Gannon drops back. Barely
Gannon throws it. It's picked. Oh, he threw it to kind of just a crowded spot on the field. And that is Winfield coming up with a big interception right there. We'll take a look at the replay.
Let's watch it.
Look at there,
Easy
four
interception.
four players in the area. Winfield ran the route for Peerless
Should
Price,
look somewhere else.
but just
Close
a
game so far, and even though there's
that's
plenty of
dis-
time
that
left,
is
they
a
love
that
to
is a
score on this
disaster.
drive.
Ball on the 25.
Looks like they average 1.7 turnovers a game, which is awful.
Culpepper fades back.
Culpepper drops back and fires. Throw is low, but a nice adjustment made to pick up 7.
Got some nice yards there off the first down play, and that really
Let's
opens
see.
things up
Is
bit for
that a
this
lot?
next one.
Average.
It's second and about 3.
Average turnovers per game. Alexander with the carry, and it loses, excuse me,
Train is derailed with a smart,
a yard.
great
The
pursuit.
crowd rises to their feet, looking for another. Okay.
Third and 4.
Okay, so what? Hold on. 1.7.
Barely gets it off.
Oh, you saw it? Oh my goodness. That jump swat is so devastating to the defense. The team that's trying to deflect the ball is awful at trying to deflect the ball. He was nowhere near that pass. It completely stops the momentum, and it is a free and easy catch.
Oh, definitely.
And they'll be set up with another 1st and goal, this time a little deeper in Detroit territory.
Let's see if they can put it in.
At the
First and
4.
goal.
Okay, so we had what, 1.7. 1.7 times 10. So 17 turnovers. And we see a nice run off the right side for the touchdown. So the Jets do an excellent job to cash in on the turnover.
Touchdown. Nice run.
Well,
Hoover,
that's what you wanna
the
do.
fullback,
You wanna
picking
get
up
the
6.
defense backed up
Just
against
like
the wall,
Miles
Peter.
Dawkins
Yeah, Dan, they call it the
says,
red
Coach
zone
Dawkins,
because it really
get your
embarrasses the team if you
fullbacks
can beat 'em there.
involved.
I did not know that.
That's right, the red
So
face.
17
It's
turnovers.
a flush thing.
But
Rackers
who-
lines up for the point after. It's up. He adds the extra point. The Jets take the lead with that score, 10-3.
Oh, TDs.
Rackers sets up and will kick it away. This is a beauty. field it, and he will decide to down it.
What does that have to do with...
They've been having a tough time passing the ball today, Dan. They need to set up some short passes and work into the bigger ones.
This isn't
time.
helpful.
Ball at the 20-yard line. Tight end is lined up left side. Cannon fades back. Throws. Robinson is the intended receiver. Incomplete pass. We've
I don't
reached
care
the
about the
2-minute
Super
warning.
Bowl. I just want...
Warren Robinson saw the pass go a little to his right. Either he or the quarterback wasn't quite where they were supposed to be.
Ball on the 20.
Take it down to nowhere, baby.
Stat news, you seem to need something else.
Martin with the ball.
NFL turnovers per game.
Trails that play just past the line of scrimmage.
The reference to the 2023 year, the Cleveland Browns are sitting in first, turning the ball over per contest with 2.2 times, holding down the runner-up spot. They turn the ball over twice a game.
Cannon drops back.
I just don't know.
Incomplete.
Okay, so maybe 1.7 is not great, but I can't tell if this is takeaways? Offense? Do I have to be more specific? God, searching things.
Minute and 24 on the game
Average.
clock. Bidwell comes in to punt after a 3 and out. It's off.
I don't need scoring stats. Oh my god.
Jordan fields the
It's like it's the easiest thing in the world, and these things just don't do that.
Dan, if they can manage to score here, that could really put some pressure on for the second half.
All at the 36-yard line.
You ain't getting in here.
Defense, that's not what I want. It's just not what I want.
Horn.
Ugh. God, the Packers only had 7 interceptions all season. Good lord. Good lord. Okay, well, that was not helpful. That was not helpful at all. What a friggin'... It should not be this hard to search stuff on the internet, but it's just so infuriating. I had the same problem when I was trying to do the what-if playoffs, where I was like, literally all I want is to just look at the different scenarios and make sure I have all the games covered. That's all I wanted, and I could not find it. I think I have to do it a little bit earlier, but then I got kind of confused because I wasn't sure what I had, and disaster. First down and 10 for the New York Jets, who are working with no urgency. The 46-yard line. We're going to go with a run because that makes sense. With 40 seconds to go in the half.
Stuff them for a loss. That's how to play the run.
10 yards to go.
Second and 10.
Just because you're up by 7 doesn't mean you can't pour some more points on. It's a big game for both teams, like I've mentioned a couple of times.
In motion.
A big opportunity for Detroit to get a stop here with some questionable play calling. We saw some questionable play calling from Cleveland that didn't end up bouncing or end up really mattering because they were able to get the victory.
Third and 10.
And now they're going to worry about it.
Push him back, defense. Push him back.
Culpepper fades back.
Culpepper.
That will bring up fourth down.
Perhaps around
Okay.
7 yards there, but
Well, it turns out that me looking up those stats or trying to look up those stats didn't really miss anything with that. So
Let's go to Clark Dishman in the ESPN studios for a halptime update.
Welcome to the ESPN
90
halftime
yards
update.
for the Jets
Now
to
let's take a
48
look at
for
how
the
numbers
Lions.
break down from the first half. The Jets come into halftime.
Boy, they got 1 yard in that
congratulating
second
their
quarter,
defense
huh?
for shutting down the run. Impressive so far, and a safe bet to be impressive in the second half. Antoine Winfield has stymied the passing game with
Awful.
a total of 1 interception and 1 tackle. That makes him our ESPN hot at the half player. That's our halftime report. I'm Clark Dishman with a reminder to tune in to the ESPN postgame show at the conclusion of the game. Let's send it back to Dan and Peter.
Dawson is ready for the second half kickoff. It's away.
Ooh, and kind of the worst case scenario there for the Lions. The Jets are going to get the ball back first in the second half. That's a really big missed opportunity. I mean, it was a missed opportunity in the first place. It is now a big missed opportunity with the Jets getting the ball back.
Ball at the 20-yard line.
Oh, God, why did they not try to push for more points? You're double dipping the Lions. You have them right where you want them. You gave up the 3 points on the first drive, and then you scored the final 10. Push it. Push the throttle. Go. Score points. Go to halftime. Get the ball back. Score more points. Bury this team. Instead, we see a 2-yard loss. 3 tackles for linebacker.
Single back formation. Horn goes in motion.
Alexander off the left side finds the 2 yards that they lost. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Excellent job by this Detroit defense. Alexander was good early, but I was not watching for part of it, so I haven't, not 100% sure. It seems like there's a lot of missed opportunity for Detroit to put more fans in the building. Just a lot of wall in that previous shot. 3rd down and 10. Culpepper drops back, throws to the flat. Shore tackling by the Detroit defense. They give up the reception to Connell.
Well short of those markers, Dan.
But it doesn't matter. 4th down and 10.
Williams will punt it away after
Rodney C. Williams comes out for the punt.
There's the punt. Staley has it.
Nice job to just go right up the middle, get into Jets territory immediately. Good job of the Detroit defense to flip some field position in their favor. 3:07 to go in the 3rd.
All at the 47-yard line.
Let's go, oh, we got good position. Don't blow it.
Robinson in motion.
Martin with a run. I think he was going to go left, kind of bounced it back right. Found a little bit of room, but it's only 3.
His right guard and gets a few.
It's 2nd and about 7 yards.
Watch for the run. Watch for the run.
2nd and 7. Shifting the fullback from offset to just regular eye. Martin with some good vision to dance around and find 4. 3rd down and 3 coming up. I don't know that Detroit can really... I don't know if Detroit really wants to try a field goal here. This feels like a Jets team also that should be better with Dante Culpepper. He would be coming off an injury. I think I remember that every time, because he is the cover star of Madden 2002. Martin with a run off the right side. He spins forward, and oh, he is free inside the secondary. That is going to be a 10-5 touchdown. Detroit. Just run the ball, and Martin rewards you with terrific vision. A fantastic spin move right there.
And the way he got in there was just terrific. That little spin totally caught the defense by surprise.
And a little surprising that Detroit just went all ground game there. They had 0 yards on the ground in the first half. They have 48, 47, 48 in this 3rd quarter alone. Looking to tie the game. Kick is up. Kick is good.
The Lions knotted up after that scoring drive. Lawson lines up, signals, and we're ready for the kickoff. It's off. Smith fields it deep.
Fielding it from the 2. He gets up past the 20 to the 25 and finds the 30-yard line. 10-10 game now with 1:47 to go in the third quarter.
Well, let's see if they can march down the field and answer right back with a touchdown of their own here.
Ball on the 30. He goes in motion. Alexander.
There we go, the run to Alexander. Both teams leaning on their very good running backs. 2nd and 10 after the no gain.
Ball at the 30-yard line.
Alexander trying to bounce to the left there. Looked like he was going to find some room, but excellent tackling by the Detroit defense. Pushes it back after just a gain of 2. Jets looking at another, well, maybe not another, but Jets looking at a 3 and out here as we highlight linebacker again.
They have 3 receivers in.
3rd and 8, Alexander. They'll give him a yard, but he had nowhere to go.
Left of center, but he doesn't get far at all.
Man,
it's 4th down and
that is it. That drive was 3 plays, 3 yards, and now a punt.
It's away.
Inside the 30, Staley finds some room and gets up near the 42-yard line.
Well, the defense did their job and forced a 3 and out. Now it's the offense's turn.
Ball on the 42.
We got the position, baby. Let's execute.
2 wide receivers on the field. Robinson in motion.
Going with some motion. It's like an I formation. The ball in the Detroit 42. They're going to stick with the ground game. He spins forward and finds 4. And we will get through quarter number 3 with a tie game, 10-10.
It's the end of the third quarter, and we have a tie game. 10-10.
50 rushing yards, all in the quarter, nothing through the air. As this game is even in a lot of areas. Slight difference in passing yards. And the passing yards in favor of Detroit, rushing yards in favor of the Jets.
They have 2 tight ends in. Gannon takes back.
Gannon throws over the middle, finds a nice reception there. First time they've gone to the air here in the second half, and it was almost like Detroit said, we're not throwing the ball at all in quarter number 3. We will get 0 yards through the air. That is my decree.
Leaning out to grab that pass.
Well, some receivers would be forced to dive for a ball like that, but he manages to get under the ball. Fantastic play. Ball at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10. Inside Jets territory at the 44-yard line. Martin tries to run. They'll look for a little bit of room on the left side. He'll find 2, but it's not a whole lot to work with.
There wasn't much room past the line of scrimmage on that one.
Saw a similar run by Sean Alexander on a previous drive for the Jets. Just kind of like, well, break this to the left, and the defense said, okay, we're here. Hello. Welcome on in. We'd like to tackle you. 2nd and 8. Gannon under center with a split back formation. Gannon's going to drop back and fires. It's incomplete, but we might see a pass interference. Defender might have gotten there just a hair too early, and that is exactly what it is. Lions ball at the Jets 35. Big penalty there. Wasn't a great throw, it seemed, by Gannon. I don't know. Seems like some of the penalties we see, specifically pass interference and clipping, are a little ticky-tack. Thankfully, we don't see a ton of them, but it can be a little weird at times. From the 35, we're going to go with a run to Martin. The Jets read it beautifully and drop him for a loss of 1 in the backfield immediately. And they don't let him out of their grasp.
It's 2nd and 11.
4 tackles today for Jeremiah Trotter. Seems like on those losses of 1, they like to highlight the tackler who did it, and it's been some linebackers making some plays in this one. Poor throw from Gannon, as that was just, there was nobody there.
That was a great stop.
Yep, another good stop, Dan. Jeremiah Trotter is a premier linebacker. You know, he seems to be in on every play. He delivers bone-jarring hits on ball carriers, and he matches up very well against anyone in the league.
It's 3rd and 11. 4 wide receivers on the field.
Gannon throws, it's picked. He threw it into double coverage. An errant pass is snatched by the Jets defense with 3:17 to go, and that might have wiped 3 points off the board for Detroit. It's a horrible decision.
This is great defense.
I thought he might have had Fearless Price deep, but instead went with the short route, and the Jets defender broke on it very nicely. And great concentration to come up with the interception, giving his team an opportunity to maybe march this ball down the field. I think a field goal that could decide the game. Culpepper with 2 receivers to the top side of the formation, top side of the screen. Fires and finds a completed pass over the middle. That'll kind of surprisingly get a first down. I didn't think it was going to be like that short, but it did look like it was a generous spot.
He couldn't help but catch it.
The ball was sent there.
And the receiver didn't even have to sign for it.
All on the 49.
Albert Connell, 4 receptions, 25 yards, averaging 6.2 yards per catch, coming up with a big reception there out near midfield. Alexander in motion into the backfield, and they will run it with him. He'll find 1 before he is pushed back by the Detroit D-line.
This one just left of center, but he's barely past the line of scrimmage before he stopped.
It's 2nd and 9.
Culpepper under center. Short drop and fires. Nice completion out there to the outside. That's Pinkston. Beat the defense to find a nice spot in that defense.
There's the throw right in between the numbers.
He had him lined up just right.
Looked like it was kind of overrun there by 38. Got him turned around. Good timing, good throw, great catch. And we are at the 2-minute warning of this one. 10-10, your score.
Ball at the 35-yard line. Split backfield. He goes in motion. Culpepper fades back.
Culpepper fading back off a Detroit defender's head.
Managed to make sure that he was positioned between the QB and the receiver on that baby. There was no way that was going to be a completion.
Ball on the 35.
Culpepper dropping short down. A nice job there. We've seen that a lot. Just big plays. People taking timeouts.
Up some extra yards. First down. The Lions take their first timeout.
They toss this one right side and complete it for some really nice yards. Pass the marker and they'll get a new set of downs.
Ball at the 24-yard line. Alexander will run it off the left line. Fuller takes the stop. The Lions.
The Lions taking a timeout there.
Well, this O-line's been opening up some
1:46
nice
to go
holes
in
the middle
the
these past
fourth
few
quarter.
plays. That's why I like this last run. Keep attacking the center of the line until they can stop you.
The clock reads 1 minute and 46 seconds. They line up with their tight end left. Heat in motion.
Culpepper drops back, throws to the flat. It's
Caught on the wing.
snagged nicely, and even better run up the field. Stayed in bounds, made a man miss. All kinds of great moves there. At number 86, I believe Todd Heap. That is who we are looking at.
No,
Nice
sir,
catch,
that's
made a
just
good
the
adjustment to the
first
ball,
back.
got past the defender,
Play, a sterling
and it
effort
is
all
first and
around.
goal with 1:40 to go. Detroit still should have an
The
opportunity,
Jets moving the ball well, first down.
but who knows what this game will do. Jumbo set for the Jets.
Alexander.
Who hands it off to Alexander. He's in easily for the score. Might even be untouched till he broke the goal line.
Alexander shuttles into the end
Broke the
zone
plane.
for the touchdown. And there's the score.
Yep, there it is. Just a nice little jaunt into the end zone.
Absolutely. I think that 6 points was an inevitability rather than a possibility.
Rackers lines up for the point after. There's the
Kick is up. The kick is
The
good.
point is good.
And we have a 7-point game.
The Jets.
With the Jets out in front.
Take the lead. They're up 17-10. Rackers will kick this one away. Got all of his leg behind this one. Staley catches it.
He'll
in
take a
the
knee
end
9
zone.
yards deep in his own
And
end
he
zone,
thinks
and it'll
better
be
of returning
first and
it
10 from
and
the
will
20
now.
for Detroit. 1:37 to work with. Plenty of time to get down the field, but they have to get a touchdown because their defense could not stop Sean Alexander. Detroit's been a weird team to watch here in the second half. A lot of running, which is smart, but the passing game just has not been there. We have Gannon, of course, throwing the
Cannon drops back.
interception. Gannon goes. It's another one. It wasn't even intended to be a commentator's curse, but a terrible decision there by Winfield to run to the inside. They were trying to block for him. He just needed to kind of go either way, really. We'll take a look at the replay.
Got that right, sir.
Yeah, you can't coach that inner fire that a player has. Unbelievable.
Nice job to break on the ball. I don't know if we're going to see much of the run back here, if we're just going to take a look at the interception itself. But he ran right into the player that his own teammate was blocking. And this might be it for the New York Jets.
Ball on the 17.
They are going to actually just go for the kneel down. This is a weird quirk of this game.
He'll take a knee, and the clock will wind down. The Lions take a timeout. That's their final one.
And that is their final timeout. So this should do it for the game. I noticed that it's a... I don't know if it's a problem with just like the ESPN stuff or if
Now
it's...
second and 12.
I don't know how that works because they had NFL 2K existed before they got the ESPN license, but there have been some weird similarities between
He'll take a knee.
ESPN
and the
NFL
clock will
Primetime
wind down.
last season in 2002 and the NFL 2K3, specifically with this part of it where they'll get to a point, the winning team will get to a point where they take a knee, but the other team still has timeouts. But it's like not, the game's not over, but it's, I don't know, it's very weird.
Third and 14.
They will take a knee at the 40-second mark. They will not have to snap the ball again. So Detroit with 2 interceptions. I mean, just back-breaking interceptions. Those are horrendous. And that'll
There's
do
the
it.
whistle, and that's the
Game
end of the game.
2 of the day is completed.
On top,
Not a
17
bad,
to 10. That'll
not
wrap
a
it
bad,
up for us. On behalf of everybody
not a bad
here
game
at
on
ESPN,
in either of
Peter
them.
O'Keefe,
17 to
Michelle
10
Westphal,
is your
and myself,
final.
Dan Stevens. Thanks for spending time with us.
Hey, thanks for
Up
spending
next,
time with
the
me.
ESPN post-game wrap-up.
Okay. Oh,
Mark
that's right. The
Newman
post
here
game
with
wrap up.
ESPN post-game show. Let's get started. The Jets come away with a 7-point win over the Lions.
The
They now
Lions
move to
had
6-4 on the year. The
10
Jets
yards
completely
passing after the
erected
first
ground
quarter.
game today. Just look at the statistics. Their front four manhandled the line
Jeez
of scrimmage and
Louise.
was a big part in the win.
Neither team really performed all that well. It was a defensive battle. Some good offensive plays here and there, but Winfield, unsurprisingly, your player of the game, he helped them get the victory, and he preserved the win with 2 picks in the second half. I don't think anybody really stood out. Sean Alexander looked good throughout the game. Not a lot. I feel like the Jets team is underperforming, especially with that backfield. Culpepper and Alexander. But whatever. All right, let's move on to our third and final game. It's the Bears. They're taking on the Rams. And it is Week 11's finale. While the game is loading, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. The number 22 team overall is absolutely crushing it this season. They have a top 2 rushing defense and a top 2 passing offense. The St. Louis Rams, they're 9th. This is a big game for the St. Louis Rams. They get the advantage of the Detroit Lions losing. That knocks out a team in front of them. They're in a very crowded NFC West. They need every victory they can get. And they are going to have to play a very good Bears team, maybe an overperforming Bears team.
Dan, it's all about the offensive line.
And we'll see who has what here in game number 3.
King Kong out there on the field. Kyle Turley comes in with 1 goal, controlling the line of scrimmage. Dan, he's not feeling friendly today either, so expect a battle. And over here's another mountain of man getting warmed up. Lincoln Kennedy comes in as one of the strongest guys on his team and one of the toughest competitors. No one will mistake this lineman for a towel boy, that's for darn sure.
Well, Peter, we'll see how it unfolds. Let's go to the coin toss at the 50-yard line.
We choose heads.
They call heads. It is tails.
It's tails. Rams win in the coin toss.
Will receive, and we're about to get underway. Ready to get this game underway. There's the kick.
Interesting the way the Rams players look on their own home field. Like them, just seems you can really tell how dull the logos are. I'm sure it's been a problem for the entire series. There's something about the Rams uniforms, the way they stick out. Now, St. Louis is not a team that we have seen a lot of.
Ball on the 25.
Let's give the fans a show. Put some points on the board.
They're going with a split back.
The NFC West has been an interesting division. It looked like the Cardinals were going to run away with it. But it has gotten a lot more competitive. So we'll have to keep an eye on some of these NFC West teams. Even the 4th place Seattle Seahawks still in position to try and pick up a division title. They got a big win in Arizona last week.
Sees his man and then airs it out for the completion.
Yeah, they are in sync. They're able to
Kind of a weird pass to see there as he went across the field, opposite of where he was throwing. Now let's see. Let's go Control F, Rams. Week 2 and Week 11. So we have not seen the Rams since week number 2 when they played the New York Giants here in St. Louis. All those weeks ago. Oh, we have a penalty flag, but it might not matter because he is off and running into secondary all the way down to the 32-yard line. I believe we have pass interference. They're going to decline it, and they will take the yards there. Quarterback with the number
Ball on the
15.
33.
What are you doing, man?
They come out with an empty backfield. Miller drops back, throws.
Ooh, almost intercepted as he threw it into double coverage.
Peter, let's
Oh, here we
run
go.
down the Rams
St.
offense.
Louis Rams
First
offense.
up, the offensive line.
Rex Tucker with some hair.
Quarterback healthy, and he and his line are ready to go.
Up now are the receivers.
Ricky Prohl
Ricky
leads
Prohl,
this squad, putting
Bubba
on a big
Franks,
show for
okay.
the fans. So far this season,
Travis
he's averaged
Taylor.
60 yards on 4 catches a game.
And last but not least, we have
Jim
these
Miller.
3 gentlemen.
Edgerrin
sets
James.
the tempo in this group. On the ground this season, he's averaged 67 yards on 17 carries a game.
Back to the field now. Second and 10.
1,600 yards for Jim Miller. 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Rams could be dealing with an injury. I do have week 2's footage, so we can take a peek at it. We are getting to the point where good old Sean over here needs to buy an external hard drive. Over the years, I have made content that has filled up 3 terabytes of hard drive space. External hard drive space.
Oh yeah, sacrificing the body.
So let's go back. We'll take a look at week number 2.
Third and 4.
Someone is watching something very loud. I can't tell if it's in my apartment living room or if it's upstairs.
Miller fades back. Sits tight.
Wait, did I have the wrong notes? Oh!
Ooh, a terrific pass there in the
I think this was the one that I goofed up.
Guy makes the catch.
When does this guy not throw it? When his receiver is completely surrounded by the entire defense?
If there wasn't a challenge to it, it wouldn't be any fun.
Ball at the 19-yard line. They have their tight end to the left. Pathon goes in motion. Miller.
Oh yeah, I think it was supposed to be the second game. So we have not seen the St. Louis Rams this season. Because I save it.
Warren Sapp is who I'll be checking out.
That's right, I forgot because I wrote them in the wrong order.
Big way.
Because you have to write them in the correct order, otherwise it simulates all the games beforehand.
Brings the hurt here.
Yeah, it's very weird. Kind of annoying, actually.
Disrupts pass attempts all day long.
Now back to the game.
So I think unintentionally St. Louis ended up with the latest we've ever seen a team for the first time in a series. It was previously Buffalo, and that was only week number 8.
Miller fades back. Sits in the pocket. It will be 3rd and inches.
Nice pass. It'll make this
Nope.
third down a whole
I
lot
specifically
easier.
did not pick the game. Okay. Weird. All right, so we had not seen the Rams all season. No score here. We have a 3rd and 1. Sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted. I was trying to figure out if that was the quarterback all season long. I didn't even realize that we had not looked at the Rams
They're going with
at
2
all.
tight ends.
I had watched myself unclick the game. 3rd down and 1. They're going to hand the ball off. He bowls a man over. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis.
With a tremendous touchdown run. That has got to be one of the key plays of the game, Dan. Awesome. Hats off to him.
Well, technically it should be helmets.
Well, I haven't worn a helmet in the broadcast booth for years. It really messes up my do.
I understand. Peterson will line up for the point after. It's up. He adds the
Kick is up.
extra
Kick
point.
is good.
The Rams strike first in the game, 7-0.
2:51 off the clock. 8 plays, 75-yard drives.
Peterson lines up
75-yard
for the
drive. And another long
It's
opening
off.
drive that results in points for the team that scored, or that won the coin toss and received the ball first. I think everybody that wins the coin toss in these games will receive the ball. That would be very different in today's
They
NFL.
allowed the touchdown, and
People
now
were
it's their
surprised
turn to
about
answer
the
right back.
Super Bowl
Let's see if they can do it.
and the fact that San Francisco wanted the ball first because they were playing for that third possession. Which I understand. I get it. I don't see why people are so annoyed about it.
Barely gets it off.
Cordell Stewart, errant throw after the short drop. And we will quickly take a look at this offensive line for the
Kennedy powers
Chicago
up this
Bears.
line considerably, and that will give his quarterback more time.
Next up, the receiving core.
Jimmy Smith stands out as the best of the bunch. So far this season, he's averaged 81 yards and around a touchdown a game.
Finally, here's the general and his next in command.
Cordell Stewart gives this trio its punch. Through the air this season, he's averaged 215 yards and just under 2 touchdowns a game.
Okay, back to the action. Second and 10.
Cordell Stewart under center with 2 receivers to the top side of the screen.
Lewis with
We'll hand the ball off, looking for some room for Lewis, but he'll get blown up in the backfield, and it's a loss of 3. Let's take a look at the Rams defense.
First up, the defensive line.
Gerald Gardner deserves our full attention, Dan. He and his squad need to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback today.
That's followed by the linebackers.
Takeo Spikes is the standout player of this bunch.
And last but not least,
Did
we
you see
have
that
the
mullet
secondary.
for
Rodney
Brewski?
Harrison shadows his receiver like he's glued to him.
Let's
Eric
get
Allen.
back to the game.
That was real loud, sorry. Just trying to get the bottle in the trash can.
It's third and about 13.
Stewart in the backfield with 5 wide receivers. Rams look like they're just going to bring 4. They do. He throws it weirdly. That was a very odd looking play. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a wide receiver screen. It looked like he threw it like behind him. Real bizarre play. It gains 3 yards and it's 4th down and 10. Chicago may be showing some of their weaknesses here. They're playing in a weaker NFC North, especially with an abysmal Packers team. And the Vikings and Lions teams that just seem like they're not consistent enough to pose a threat.
Dixon reels in the fair catch.
So I'm sure they'll take advantage. Make it into the playoffs. Maybe they'll get hot
Travis
and
Taylor was the contributor for his
go on a
team
run,
last
but
drive.
does feel like a team
See what he
that's
does this time out.
maybe underperforming a little bit here recently
Ball on
with
42.
Cordell Stewart.
That offside was a fluke. We're going to get the ball right back.
First down and 10. Rams with their second drive of the day. And we'll go with Edgerrin James. And he will do a nice job to stay on his feet and then finally fall forward. He'll pick up 9 on the run.
Ball at the 49.
Averaging shade under 94 yards a game. And much like you would look at the stats that Cleveland had with Eddie George in the backfield, kind of look at that number and go, yeah, checks out. Checks out with Edgerrin James. Last play of the half might go, or of the quarter, excuse me, might go for a loss of 4. Pretty bad play.
Yeah, and now that is something.
Not a great call, maybe just a better call by the Chicago Bears defense, but a bad.
Very well.
Definitely a bad execution on St. Louis's part. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. The Rams out to an early lead, 7-0.
The Rams currently enjoying a slight advantage, but it's anybody's game.
Chicago Bears have 0 yards at 1 minute and 17 seconds of possession. 81 total yards for the St. Louis Rams.
It's 3rd and 5.
RD, don't give up the pass. Eight,
Miller aids back.
Miller dropping back, fires, and he finds a receiver inside Bears territory all the way down to the 34-yard line. Taylor with a nice adjustment and a great grab. Comes up with a big 3rd down and 6 conversion. Miller with pressure in his face delivering a nice ball. Everything about that offensively was excellent for St. Louis.
And hit his man.
It's got to be coming from the living room. I don't know what she's watching.
He's been fighting hard after every catch, Dan, and that makes his entire offense smell like a rose.
Just one man in the backfield.
1st down and 10. We go with a run to James. Chicago looked like they had that defended pretty well because they had defenders in the backfield. But Edner and James just too good as a running back. Gets past everybody. Picks up another fresh set of downs. Take a look at the replay. Off the left side, 2 guys back there. One guy with hands on him. It just kind of looked like he gave up and pushed him forward.
They totally take the defense by surprise.
Absolutely. If you time them wrong, though, the defense will usually meet you after the game to give you your fingers back.
Ball on the 19. Miller drops back.
Miller dropping back. Goes short over the middle. And he'll pick up 3.
Here, if I may, go back a down and talk about that run. That was a heck of a play.
Yeah, nice play there, Dan. You know, Edgerrin James was on fire right from the start, going to the Pro Bowl his rookie year. He's also the only player to get 1,500 yards rushing and 500 yards receiving in consecutive seasons.
Ferry with 43 tackles on the season.
They're going with the
2nd and 7 from the 15-yard line. They'll go with a handoff to James. James all kinds of room to work with, and he gets tackled after a gain of 12. Now to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. This Chicago defense just does not seem to have an answer for this Rams offense.
Watch the replay. Check this move out.
Oh boy, I think they both came away with a mark or 2 after that collision, Peter.
I'm sure it was worth it, though. Banging heads is what this game's all about.
1st and goal.
We gotta make him earn it, D. We gotta make him earn it right there. Double take.
Under center again. Offset eye. Or actually, that's a straight eye. James tries the right side. And picks up 2. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. Might be good, but could be a good idea for the Rams to start just kind of milking the clock here. We're getting down towards that 2-minute warning. I think if you were in today's NFL, you would take that down to the 2-minute warning. Do not give Chicago that much time. They have a good quarterback. They can get something going. James, oh, not James, excuse me, number 34 that time. Martin
The touchdown, and let's look at the
picks up the touchdown because it's a fullback run. Again, Miles Dawkins shout out. Get your fullbacks involved. That is a touchdown. St. Louis extends the lead 13-zip.
Hey, he healed up just fine.
Peterson lines up for the point after.
Todd Peterson looking to put the lead out to 14, and it is up and good. 2:18 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
The Rams have extended their lead and make it a 2-score game. They're up 14-0. Peterson is back to kick it away. This is returnable. Fuamatu Ma'afala has it. Charges.
Return of 21. 1st down, Bears.
Well, they're down a bit, but they have plenty of time to work with. Okay, that being said, they would love to put some points on the board on this drive and keep it from getting away from them.
Ball at the 19-yard line.
Leader here, I think it is. Shotgun, tighten up.
Lewis will run it.
Lewis, they're going to try him on the ground again, and it is just not working. That run goes for -1, and we have hit the 2-minute warning.
Ball on the 18.
Just like last time, baby.
Shotgun formation. Stewart from the gun. Throws. Great pass by the 8-year man
Nice
out of
pass.
Colorado.
And that'll bring up a
Nice
third
pass.
down and 1. This
This third
could
down
be
a
a
whole lot
critical
easier
third down
to
for
run.
Chicago early in this game. They haven't done a whole lot on offense at all. And again, you talk about it. We talked about it earlier. Can't always trust that the game is going to, or the teams are going to continue to go the way that they're going. But St. Louis has scored 2 touchdowns already. I don't think you can give this team the ball back
Lewis
with
with
time
the carry.
before halftime. Instead, they're going to find Jamal Lewis.
Beautiful run around the outside
Picked
for
some
nice
spots and
yardage.
found some room off the
And
left
first down.
side. Big gain. Sets up first down and 10. Chicago with a really good opportunity. They can get themselves back in this game without the Rams even touching the ball. If they can pick up the pace a little bit, march down the field.
Wake up, they did.
A field goal is not ideal, but it'll
And then
work.
they end strong.
I think maybe you go field goal if you get a touchdown. Maybe you go for 2.
Ball at the 37
Try to cut this down to a 3-point game. They don't have too much of a hurry. They're at 37, under a minute to go.
Lewis with
Cordell Stewart hands off to Jamal Lewis. We have seen some bizarre and questionable
take their
play
first
calling
timeout.
late in the first half, and also I don't think I followed up on it, but we didn't see the 10-second run off at the beginning of the second quarter come back to haunt anybody, so
2 seconds on the clock.
that's good. Second down and 7.
Stewart stays back.
Stewart drops back, rolls out, fires over the middle, and a
Was the intended receiver.
nice job with a big deflection there as he was getting pushed to the ground.
Smack that one away.
Rams defender, just defensive lineman up in the air, getting shoved in the chest. Third down and 7.
It's third and about 7.
Sean Gilbert, no tackles, but does have the tip. Third and 7 from the 40, big play.
From shotgun.
The Bears.
Throws.
Cordell Stewart throws. He finds a completion off his back foot into Rams territory. They'll take their second timeout.
Bears will take a timeout. That's their second.
He sends a telegram to his man for the completion. Take a look.
A couple of defenders look like they were right in position. For all the times that we see the defenders go with the one-hand block, we didn't see it on that play. First and 10.
Ball on the 46.
They're in St. Louis territory. 43 seconds to go. 1 timeout for the Bears. Tight formation. They're going to drop back with Stewart. Stewart throws a long way. And the bench makes its first grab of the game. Second down. 38 ticks on the clock.
Second and 10.
Let's not commit, baby. Nothing, baby.
They line up in the eye. Stewart stays back.
Stewart dropping back and fires.
Incomplete.
Trying to get his
Second
receiver,
incompletion in a row.
Toomer.
Chavis put his body directly
The Rams
into the
defender
ball and
knocked it
forced
down. What I thought that would happen on the previous completion we saw.
to do. It's hard to read a play and react quickly enough to get into position like that.
8 plays, 35 yards, a minute and 34 seconds off the clock. This is the kind of drive you're probably looking for if you're the St. Louis defense. You could let them have some small chunks here and there, but nothing big to let them back in this game. And they're going to run the ball on a 3rd and 10. Timeout, St. Louis.
The Bears take a timeout. That's
The
their
Bears
final
took a timeout.
They got only a few yards
The
there.
Bears took a
Quite ways to
timeout
go
on
for
a
the first
3rd
down
and
marker.
7, or third and after a 3rd and 10 run.
seven.
They are going for it on 4th and 7. I do not understand what is happening in the latter stages of the second quarter of these games. They don't make sense. And we saw the same play again. It was like a little bit of a wide receiver screen. And it's the same result. Nothing. Turnover on downs. They're going to give St. Louis the ball back with a 14-point lead, 25 seconds and some timeouts in their back pocket. A horrible play call. And it was again, it was Stewart was running backwards and threw it in a real weird motion.
What they decide to do in these last seconds of the half.
Chicago, 0.8 turnovers a game. They're going to go with a run to James. So the Rams with equally baffling play calling.
Got a few yards there off the first down carry.
I think they might just take a 14-point lead into half. They might not feel like they have the most explosive offense to work with. As far as their quarterback is concerned, they'll work with some motion. They're going to go with a run to James. James up the middle. Picked up 5, maybe 6, but that'll do it for the first half of play. A very weird half in which the Rams feel like they should be up by more, but also I think Chicago missed a pretty big opportunity. They have a total of 37 yards, 140 total, over triple the amount that the Bears have. Edner and James looking good on the ground so far. 9 carries, 54 yards, 38 of them after the first hit. No fumbles, 1 touchdown. Don't forget, after the game, we will have scores and standings updates for you. And we'll cross our fingers and hope that we have more exciting action next week. Or, I guess, additional exciting action next week. Got very lucky to have 3 games here in today's episode. Whew. So 2 kicks, no touchbacks, with the opposing yardage, or the opposing start, still the 20.
Good kick.
So from the 30, feels like he should have all kinds of touchbacks. But he'll take it a yard deep at the end zone to the 15, to the 20, 25, and he'll get tackled at the 32-yard line.
First down, Bears.
Last time they had the ball, they were stopped on a big 4th down play. Let's see if they can punch through this time.
Ball on the 32.
They were stopped on a horrendous 4th down play. I don't even know why they went for it. It was so awful. And then St. Louis had stupid play calling as well. It's just, ooh, a big diving catch as he and falls in slow motion. That was a very weird animation. Smith with a nice grab, picks up 8. Good start for Chicago on this one, or this drive.
It's 2nd and 2.
Second is short. Watch the pass.
Lewis will run it.
Lewis picks up 3, and that'll set up a first down.
Carried this one off his left guard and picked up a handful to move the markers. Nice job.
Ball at the 43-yard line.
First down and 10. Stewart drops back and throws. It's picked. Stepped right in front of it, and he's off to the races. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's driven out of bounds. Oof, Chavis. What a terrific pick. You could see it coming. We see this a lot in the Mascot Madness tournaments. Ray runs. It's just that weird little float pass to the outside. It's a long throw. Opportunity for the defense to break on the ball. And just, oh, Chicago has had 2 opportunities to try and push the pace, to try and get back in this game. And they have thrown it away with poor play calling or a turnover on that one. First and goal from the Chicago 5. Edner and James makes a man miss, makes a second man miss, gets tackled. He needed, if they started that at the 5, he got about 2.5. Second and goal.
2 yards to go.
It's 2nd and goal.
Take him on it, baby. Every inch.
They line up with 2 tight ends. Goal in motion.
Second and goal. Jumbo set. James dives in, and he is in for 6, 20-0. Chicago is getting crushed here in St. Louis. I do not recall the final score of last week's game, which also featured Chicago in that 3 spot. So let's pull up the footage.
Will line up for the point after. There's the kick.
Oh, that's right. They lost in overtime.
The Rams now have a comfortable lead in this one.
Peyton Manning and the Patriots
21-0.
with Jerry Rice.
Peterson sets up and will kick it away. The kick is up.
And they lost with about 13 seconds remaining in that one, so they were close to a tie.
The 15.
But the Patriots knock it through at the end.
At the 19-yard line.
They are in danger of dropping 2 straight. The Vikings result will be the interesting one to keep an eye on. We know the Lions result they lost. I don't recall who the Vikings are playing.
Ball on the 19.
You're gonna be down here all day.
But let's see if Chicago can make this interesting. Offset eye changes into a normal eye with the shift. Cordell Stewart throws, and that was another dangerous pass. Another time where Amani Toomer seems like he is in slow motion where everyone else is in regular motion. Diving past that first down marker.
Watch this. Oh, great catch.
Yeah, and very, very tough to do in double coverage like that.
Yeah, you got 2 guys.
Watch him kind of, he goes to the ground and it's like slow.
Ball at the 33-yard line.
Stewart drops back, throws to the outside, finds a wide open receiver. I believe it's Toomer again. He'll get knocked out of bounds with a big tackle inside the 20. 1st and 10 with 2:20 to go here in quarter number 3. Chicago is down but not out.
There's the catch, and he just goes and goes and goes.
That's the key to a great receiver. He never loses his focus on the pass, but he's also thinking about where he'd like to run with it.
You know, like me kind of, Dan. I'm talking, but I'm always thinking, can I say you can't coach that right here?
Clock is moving.
Have a first after the big pass.
Chicago needs to be aware of that. This clock tends to be a little... It seems like maybe it stops more now than it did back then, but it does seem like it moves quite frequently, which is nice. Another dangerous pass, looking for Toomer again. And that was nearly picked.
Passing lanes. You can't coach that.
Second and 10.
Taking a long time, he's done long.
Smith goes in motion.
2nd down and 10.
Lewis.
Stewart hands to Lewis. Lewis trying that middle. The middle has felt like it's very impenetrable for this Rams team. They've given up some yards on the edge, but just trying to go right up the gut has not worked in the Chicago Bears' favor at all today. They lose 1, 3rd down and 11.
It's 3rd and 11. Stewart on shotgun.
Stewart drops back and finds a receiver shockingly in between 5 defenders. We're going to have a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Unfortunately, there is an injury to the St. Louis Rams. I said that he was inside the 20 earlier. He was inside the 30. My bad.
First down.
Ball on the 15.
10 yards to go.
They line up with 2 wideouts.
So from the 15-yard line, Stewart's going to roll outside. Gets hit as he throws, and it should have been picked. It was just a floating duck over the middle. Near disaster for Chicago, but they avoid it. And they cash in with a touchdown.
Ball at the 15-yard line.
Stewart dropping back, fires, incomplete. Receiver was backing up, trying to pick up that pass, but just could not find it. 3rd down and 10. Field goal does no good here.
3rd and 10.
If it's 14-0, I think you can make the argument of a field goal. I don't think at 21-0 it really works. In and out of the hands of the receiver. Gaffney just couldn't snag it. 4th and 10. Oh, they're going to go for a field goal. This is a terrible call. It's going to be 21-3. What does that do? It's still 3 scores. It's 3 touchdowns. 21-10? Maybe 21-11? Maybe you go for 2?
Whistling between the uprights for 3 points.
You're just making it. You're making it that you need to score like 4 or 5 times. So it'd be what? A touchdown with an extra point, 21-10. Another field goal for 21-13. And another touchdown, but a 2-point conversion that time. So you still have to score 3 more times, but you have to do it a much more difficult way. 3 points doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but we'll see what happens. 1:12 to go in the 3rd quarter as we see a kickoff from the Bears. Deep into the end zone, he will smartly take a knee to bring it out to the 20-yard line. 1:06.
Brewski had to leave the game due to
and
an
a
injury,
1st and 10 from the 20.
Now we know the extent of that injury. Michelle Westfall has the full details. Michelle?
It looks like he got the wind knocked out of him, Dan. And as anyone knows has had that happen to them, it just takes a few minutes before everything is back to normal. I would expect to see him back in the game shortly.
Big shift here for the St. Louis Rams, who I think need to just, well, not do this formation. 5 wide receivers. He's going to drop and fire. It's a wide open receiver there, and he is off to the races. The 50, the 40. He's inside the 30, the 25, and he's knocked out of bounds. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. I wanted to just see the Rams run the ball, start milking this clock down, but instead they go with the 5 wide receivers. The shift obviously confused the defense. A wide open number 80 there for St. Louis, and they are racing down the field. I should be happy with how the clock just runs a lot in this game.
The Rams, after the big pass last play, will
Jim Miller,
first down.
7 for 9, 142 yards. If you have a running back like Edner and James, that's what you want. Lean on the running game, have a solid defense.
A loss of 3.
Make a throw here and there. Don't have to put the weight of the world on every quarterback's shoulders. You can have a balanced attack. 2nd down and 13. Miller dropping back after the 3-yard loss, finds a wide open receiver. He gets knocked out of bounds. 1st down and goal for the Rams.
Jim Miller drew a nice one this time. Watch this. Right by the defender.
Very good coverage, Peter. Let me ask you, how hard is it to defend against a pass like that?
Oh, it's really hard. He played it right. It was just too good of a throw.
The clock will wind down here at the end of quarter number 3. 21-3 with St. Louis knocking on the door for more points.
It's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Rams have a big lead, 21-3.
Chicago just got things going far too late.
They'll have 4 chances to put it in. 1st and goal. Tight end is lined up left side. Haython in motion.
James with a run, and that is a touchdown, and that is why you did not need to kick a field goal. All right, well,
Veteran James.
Fourth quarter off to a good start for St. Louis as they have one play run and a touchdown. 27-3 now.
A nice little shot made it look very easy, Peter. Peterson lines up for the point after. It's away. He adds the extra point.
So 1 second gone in the fourth quarter. And the lead is extended to 25
The
points.
Rams continue to build an even bigger lead. They're winning 28-3. Peterson will kick this one away. It's away.
It's away.
Uamatu Ma'afala.
About 2 yards deep in the end zone.
20.
And we get it up to the 23-yard line, down 25 points.
First down, Bear.
Well, Dan, their passing game has been ugly with a capital U today. They need to do something different, anything different.
Ball at the 23-yard line.
This is our turn, baby. I'm going to show you how we play.
They are trying again with Jamal Lewis to run right up the middle when the Rams defense just refuses to show any daylight. The edges might have something, but up the middle, not
Ball
gonna
on the
work.
22.
Go get Mason. What's the third and long? Force it. Switch back to the right.
Stewart goes outside.
Stewart throws incomplete.
Good takedown by the 5-year man out of Clemson.
Cordell Stewart threw that ball a
Should
little
probably
behind his man. You know, it's
fix
very
that
tough
while
for a
I see
receiver
it.
to reverse direction and try to rescue those kind of balls.
3rd and 10.
You can't run off me. Try it again. I'll stop you again.
They come out in the shotgun. Stewart from shotgun. Throws. They tackle him, but he's past the marker. Big 3rd and long conversion.
Amani Toomer moves fast there to snag the ball after the tip. Ooh, it's all about reflexes. Great catch.
Yeah, a great bank shot, too. Looked like something from the NBA. Ball at the 34-yard line.
Why do I have to do that? Oh, God. Why do I have to... Yeah.
Stewart.
1st and 10 for Stewart of the Bears. He throws a short pass out to the flat. Tackled out around the 40. They will work with a hurry-up offense because they are down by 25 points. Oh, my God. Fall.
Barely gets it off. The 40.
Where's the Chicago Bears offense been all day long?
Tywan Mitchell shows here why he's a force to be reckoned with downfield. Watch. That's a solid catch, but he isn't through.
No, it's like it's like the completion is a fine sorbet, cleansing the palate before a big meal of a run.
That is beautiful.
I've been, collecting some food metaphors for you.
11 of 21. One pick, 143 yards.
Stewart drops it back. Throws. Gain of 17. All at the 18-yard line. They're going with 3.
1st and 10 inside the 20. Stewart fires. Oh, thought he had a touchdown there. What a good job to tackle him short of the goal line. 1st and goal from the 10. Smith with 3 receptions, 41 yards. No touchdown. Stewart throws, and it's an errant pass. 2nd and goal coming up.
But these guys were way off the script. It's all about focus.
The script, you say? The NFL is scripted.
Stewart fades back.
Second and goal to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Just too far. And it is third down and goal. Huge tackle there by the Rams to keep him out of the end zone and force them to keep taking shots at it. They're not taking a ton of time off the clock with the incomplete passes, but it is still shortening this game. Huge touchdown drive by St. Louis. I mean, a good job by them not being passive. Stewart drops back, throws into the end zone. That one is caught. That'll be a touchdown. Jimmy Smith getting the touchdown he probably should have had about 3 plays ago.
That's 6 points.
They were totally synced up on that play. A great route plus a great catch.
Equals 6 points, and that's really great.
Murray will line up for the point after. There's the kick. The extra point.
Kick up, kick good, and it is 28-10.
The Bears get one score, and they're going to need a bunch more if they want to get back into this game. They are currently down 28-10.
They're going to go for an onside kick.
Murray will attempt the onside kick here. It's off.
Caught by the Rams immediately. They're going to have fantastic field position at the 38-yard line. Good aggression by the Rams there to go for the ball.
Well, they get another shot at scoring here, but I tell you, I just sit on the ball. Take as much time as possible on this drive. This game is theirs.
Ball on the 38.
Come on, O. We'll bring it right down.
I formation.
From inside the 40, he'll go with a run to James. He'll pick up, he'll lose a yard. And that will start working this clock toward the 2-minute warning. I don't know if the game has that built in. I would hope it does, but you never know. Looks like we are getting a bit of a time usage here. We should see just one more snap. The third down and whatever should be after the 2-minute warning. Hopefully. Oh, dear God, please. This game has been over for a while. The field goal by Chicago is still baffling.
Second and 11.
Still confusing the way that they were toward the end of the first half. It just never really came together for Chicago. The Rams will run this down to 2 minutes.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. It's 3rd and 9.
My DB's gonna shut this drive down right now. Wide right.
3rd down and 9. They're going to go with a run to James. James fights forward. Oh, dear God. Oh, the game is over. Don't use your timeouts.
4th down. 5 yards to go.
You're down by 18 points. You couldn't figure out. Oh, Todd Peterson's going to go ahead and just go for the field goal here. Why not? 31-10. Now that field goal that Chicago kicked doesn't look so stupid now, does it? Just kidding, it does. It is good. 31-10. I think Chicago is the best team we've had today, record-wise, and they have performed the worst. Really nice kick there.
This is where it comes down, and it came down right where it was supposed to. The Rams
nice freeze frame of him
have to be
also
happy with this
leaping
lead
over the
they're
defender.
building. The score, 31-10. Peterson lines up for the kickoff. Nice kickoff. Uamatu Ma'afala fields it deep. Lewis will make
About a 20-yard return there up to the 23-yard line.
1st down.
Another turn at offense for this group, and unfortunately, this game is pretty much over. They should just try and get some yards for respect at this point.
The clock is down to 1 minute and 48 seconds. Stewart fades back.
From the 23 into a bit of traffic there. Nothing too ridiculous, but still not a great throw. Second down and 10.
The receiver on that baby, there was no way that was going to be a completion.
The clock is at 1 minute 45 seconds. They line up with 4 wideouts. Stewart from the gun.
Stewart dropping, rolls, and fires over the middle. It's caught in traffic and kind of pinball between a couple of defenders before he falls to the ground.
Cordell Stewart, it's the bullseye on this baby. Check out this beauty. How did he get it by all those defenders?
Yeah, he made those guys look like the Three Stooges.
And not even the classic Three Stooges, more like two Shemps and a Curly Joe.
Oh, remember.
So 1st and 10, Chicago using timeouts.
Ball at the
Just,
34-yard
I don't even
line.
know. This team has not looked good at all in this game, and now they're like, we could win. We're down 3 touchdowns.
Stewart from shotgun.
Stewart rolls, fires back across his body, and they're going to give them the first down. That is their 3rd and final timeout, mercifully.
The Bears take a timeout. That's their final one.
Cordell Stewart had no trouble zinging that one past the defender, Dan. Perfect throw. He couldn't help but catch it.
The ball was sent there, special delivery.
And the receiver didn't even have to sign for it.
Ball on the 44. Stewart from the gun.
Stewart dropping back, fires and finds a receiver close to the first down marker, but not quite there. 17 for 30, 209, a touchdown and an interception for Stewart. Really padding his stats here in the 4th quarter. Nice job by the defender to break up that pass. Gaffney looked like he had a hand on it, but the hit jarred it loose.
Little time looking downfield, Dan. That double coverage is airtight. He should have looked elsewhere.
3rd and about a foot.
3rd and a foot.
It's only a few feet. You ain't going nowhere.
Stewart from the gun. Throws. It's tipped. Will bring up 4th and about a foot.
Cordell Stewart, he should have thought twice before throwing.
4th down and 1.
Could have easily been picked off.
Boy, if it had been picked off, we would be out of this game, huh?
They're going for it on 4th and inches.
Not sure why they're in the shotgun.
Stewart from shotgun.
Stewart drops and fires. It's caught inside the 30 all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Great position. And
Really padding those stats.
Bears have a first down after the big 4th down conversion. Stewart from the gun.
Stewart dropping back. He fires off his back foot again. Smith makes a man miss and steps out of bounds inside the 10. 1st and goal. Where has this Chicago offense been all day? Seriously. Where's it been?
The Bears racked up their 4th first down on this drive. They're moving the ball very well. Stewart from shotgun. Throws.
Stewart into the end zone, into at least double, maybe triple coverage.
Pretty well on that play, I'd say.
That's incomplete. Fortunately for them. 2nd and goal.
.52 seconds on the clock. They line up in the shotgun. Stewart from the gun. Throws. Makes the touchdown catch.
In the end zone, Smith's 2nd touchdown of the day.
Bullseye on an incredible gutsy throw. Check this beauty out. Oh, How did he get by all those defenders?
He's just this side of crazy to be throwing into such thick coverage. He's obviously got plenty of confidence in that
Thick.
arm.
And justifiably so. He
They got
obviously wants to
thick.
score touchdowns today.
Murray lines up for the point after. It's away. The extra point is good.
It's up and it's good.
The Bears had a score, but it's too little too late. They are facing a loss, 31-17. Murray will attempt the onside kick here. There's the kick. Gets it off the
That
bounce.
was maybe the best onside kick attempt we've seen. That really got that second bounce, that big bounce you're looking for. But mercifully, this game will finally be over. Chicago really drug it out, even though they were down 3 scores for
The clock is down to 48.
all of the second half, most of the second half.
They have 2
Ugh.
tight ends in. He'll take a knee, and the clock will
He
wind
get
down.
knocked down. He get tackled.
Second down. 12 yards to go.
And that'll do it. 2nd and 12. The play clock and the game clock, 2 seconds different. Or about a second and a half. And that
And the
will
whistle,
do it.
And that's the end of the game. The Rams
31 to
win the game,
17.
31 to
St. Louis
17.
demolishes
Well, that's
Chicago.
the today.
So now the
On
interesting
behalf
result
of
is going to be the
myself,
Vikings
Peter
result, like I
O'Keefe,
was talking about earlier. We can also take a look at the Cardinals result, 49ers result, Seahawks result for the NFC West. We're going to get all those scores. We're going to get the standings updates here in just a moment.
The Rams come away with a 14-point
I
win
just-
over the Bears. They now move to 7-3 on the year.
They had
The Rams
269
clamped down
total
defensively
yards
to
and
see the lead.
256
That
passing
showed
yards,
just how
and they
much put
really
the hurt
padded
running
those stats
back
in the fourth
and
quarter.
just how key that was in the
13
win
yards
today.
on the ground is not going to do it. Edwin James, unsurprisingly, your player of the game. 3 touchdowns on the ground, 61 yards, 44 after the first hit.
Make sure you tune into the weekly wrap-up for
No
the
fumbles.
entire weekend scores, highlights, and insight. I'm Mark
Okay.
Fishman. We'll see you then.
So we'll go ahead and exit. Okay, panicked a little bit because I thought I hit X at a bad time. But we're going to go ahead and save now that our 3 games are done. Thanks everybody for hanging out again. I hope you enjoy it. I appreciate it. Tuesdays is when this series goes up. If you are interested, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified. I'll post new videos. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Spring training starting next week. The 26th will be the first video, so you'll have a 7 a.m. Pacific time or a 6 p.m. Pacific time. Was that the final game of this? It was. Okay. All right, let's get it. Okay, so that was a double time to get a good save. All right, let's go down the scores here. We have the Cardinals taking out the Eagles 13-10. So that's a good win for the Rams. They keep pace with the Cardinals, who lead the NFC West. The Ravens, they're garbage, but they beat the Dolphins 16-13. Bills over the Chiefs 23-13. We watched the Browns beat the Bengals 17-14. Colts crush the Dallas Cowboys 37-20. Packers beat the Vikings. Huge win for Green Bay. Devastating bad loss for the Vikings, 16-13 your final. Saints, they get run out of the building by the Falcons, 36-17. The Titans beat the Steelers by 8, 38-28. Giants, they fall by 1 at home, 22-21. That's a big result because the Giants lead the NFC East, but the Cowboys got clobbered, and we'll have to find out how the... Ooh, who is it? Eagles. They lost as well, so maybe not that big of a loss. I don't think Washington's going to give much of a push as we go through the rest of this season. 22-21 your final there. Buccaneers get the better of the Panthers by 3, 16-13. 49ers just barely eke out a win, 16-15. Big win for the 49ers. We know that the Rams won. We know that the Cardinals won. And the Seahawks won as well. So everybody in the NFC West wins 23-13 over the Broncos. Jaguars, they beat the Texans by 7, 20-13. And the Lions fall. The Lions fall to the Jets 17-10. The Patriots all over the Raiders 37-3. And last but not least, the Rams 14-point winners 31-17 over the Bears. So let's take a look at that. It's a good week for the Bears. We'll start there. I think that's the easiest, not the easiest one like to grasp or whatever, but Bears get a loss. I think they've lost 2 in a row now. They have, because they lost in overtime to the Patriots. So they're now 7-3. They went rolling into the game against the Patriots 7-1, and they've dropped 2 straight. That was last week, right? Yeah, it was last week. But they are getting help. The Lions fall. The Vikings fall to the Packers, who get a win, who are way out of it. They've been out of it for a long time. So you have the Bears atop the division at 7-3. The Lions and the Vikings, both 5-5. They're sticking around, but they needed wins today. They did not get them. The Packers, a miserable 3-7, and that team is god-awful. Moving over to the NFC South, the Falcons in a similar situation. They're 7-3 with a 5-5 team kind of creeping behind, but the Buccaneers beat the Panthers today, so that is a help to them. Falcons 7-3, Panthers 5-5, Buccaneers 4-6, Saints 2-8. Gross. The Giants, they have a 2-game lead over the next divisional opponent, Washington, 6-4 to 4-6. Big loss by the Giants. That's a head-to-head loss. If it came down to tiebreakers, that could be a deciding factor. The Cowboys, they are 3-7 along with the Eagles. Those teams just have not been good all season long. The West, which looked like it was going to have the Cardinals running away with it, is now a 3-way tie for first place. The Niners, the Cardinals, the Rams, all 7-3. The Seahawks, they're 6-4. So right now in the NFC, you would have the Falcons, the Bears, the Giants, the 49ers, Cardinals, and Rams all going to the playoffs. The Seahawks missed by a game. Lions, Panthers, Vikings, they missed by a couple of games. Over in the AFC side, big win for the Browns today. They go to 7-3. They are in a similar situation with the Bears, 7-3, and then 2 5-5 teams behind them, and then a pretty abysmal team at the very bottom. AFC and NFC North are surprisingly similar. Ravens 2-8. Moving over to the South, Jaguars, they're 8-2. They have a 7-3 and a Colts and Titans team behind them, and then just an awful Texans team at 3-7. Patriots, they lead the East by a game. Big win by the Jets. The Patriots are 7-3. The Jets are 6-4. They would miss the playoffs because the Browns, Patriots, Chiefs, Jaguars, Colts, and Titans would all be in, and the Jets would miss by a game. The Bills are 4-6. The Dolphins 3-7. The Chiefs holding on to the AFC West, but it does not seem like they want to win. The Broncos blow a big opportunity today. Chiefs are 5-5. The Broncos 4-6. Chargers and Raiders 3-7. So the playoff picture shaping up nicely here. We have easy to define winners because we don't have like conference standings, so that's where it always gets a little wonky. We have a Browns team and a Patriots team that are looking good in their divisions. The Jets are making it close though, making it interesting. Jaguars, they would be the 1 seed right now, but any slip-ups, they might miss the playoffs. Kansas City is winning the worst division in the AFC just kind of by accident. So yeah, there you have it. Let's see if there are any interesting matchups. Two of the bad things have been is the separation between the top and the bottom has been pretty definitive. The problem is we keep getting so many teams that are playing garbage. Just garbage. Bengals Steelers, I think, is a good one because I think they're both 5-5. Yeah, they're both 5-5. The Saints are awful. There's a good example. The Lions play the Bears. I could be a big one, but the Bears we've had the last couple of weeks, so we'll probably want to skip that. Packers play the Bucks. We'll get uncheck that. Jags play the Cowboys. They're awful. The Vikings play the Patriots. Chargers are bad. Ravens are bad. Chiefs, Seahawks, that's a big one. Raiders are bad. Everybody in the AFC West is bad, including Kansas City. Giants, Texans. See, there's the thing. It's like the division leader is the Giants. The Texans suck. Colts, Broncos, Eagles, 49ers. Oh, God. I think we're going to get lucky to have 3 good games again next week. We need some divisional matchups where some of these hold out. The Lions play the Patriots, Cardinals, Chiefs, Falcons, Vikings. Ravens are bad. Panthers, Browns. Steelers, Jags, Dolphins, Bills. Seahawks, 49ers. That's a good one. Bucks, Saints. We have some time. But we need the divisional matchups to happen now while everything's in the thick of it before things go potentially kapooey. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you'd like more content from me, subscribe right here. You can hit that button and ring that bell down below. You'll be notified when I post new videos. This series goes up every Tuesday. You can watch more of it right here. Catch up on the season if you'd like. Fill out a March Mascot Madness bracket because that tournament starts soon, March 3rd, right here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus Rex. Thanks again for hanging out. We'll see you later. Goodbye. Good sports. Good night.